birth defect. It's something I was born with.
No, they always talk about my eyes. They're like, oh, why do you got a lazy eye? Why do you got a lazy eye? Bro, I don't got a freaking lazy eye.
They're gonna say
even
lazy
if I
eye.
do, why does it matter? So what do you think about this shit that's
I'm
going
more
on?
nicely dressed than you, fucking Euro. What the fuck is this shit?
You're dressed better than me?
Yeah. It's a dress shirt.
Yeah, I mean, I just freaking fell asleep and woke up and put on this freaking t-shirt.
I have to keep a public appearance, so I'm not going to hop in without at least looking somewhat presentable.
Yeah, my apologies. I try to keep on good shirts when I do with guests, mostly. Like, you'll see a lot of my guests, I'm wearing, like, freaking full-on dress shirts.
Seriously, though, you need to get a couple of these. So, these are stain-proof. At the restaurant, I have legitimately submerged, like, got bleach on these, and they don't stain.
I like that, though. It's black, you know. You're not going to see it like you are on, like, a yellow, white shirt, stuff like that. What are you drinking, a coffee? I saw those coffees you made. Those look really good.
I made it myself, but yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice, bro. Really nice. Really nice. What does this guy keep saying?
I have no fucking idea.
You guys keep giving great answers, you might get more from me. Well, let me know what you want to talk about, brother. We're here to give great answers. I love how active you are in the Discord. Also, there were like people freaking sending shit today. What was that one thing you sent that was about CNN? Oh yeah, Hillary freaking got sued for her 2016 Russiagate.
Yeah, she got sued for her election interference. And the funny part is that she only got sued, I think, if it was for like $8,000, but the fucking DNC got sued for like over $100K.
100K, yeah. That's crazy.
That should be reversed. She should be getting sued for a lot more than 8K for fucking Russiagate. What the fuck?
Bruh, she makes like 250,000 fucking dollars a speech or something for like an hour speech. Probably more than that now, honestly.
Plus, she's like, just like Pelosi, she's also big into like the insider fucking investing.
Trading. Yeah.
Yeah, so she makes a lot of money from that. Like people don't realize how rich the Clintons are. They have fuck you money.
Yeah, their private whatever, their private fucking charity is worth like $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah, let alone like their bank accounts. Like their family is so fucking wealthy, like they have fuck you money. That's why like a lot of the times when people like also another thing, people talking about the Epstein list. There's a reason why the Epstein list hasn't been released, and there's a reason why I can't inherently back Israel or Palestine in this situation.
I'm listening. Also, this King Kalu guy, Trump tariffs. Yeah, we'll talk about tariffs. I'm interested to hear what he has to say about them. But also, like, if you have anything specific you want to ask us about, you're feel free to drop a super chat. We'll give you a great long answer.
Epstein has ties to Mossad.
Yeah, I heard that before. That was part of my answer of why, like, those files didn't come out because of the intelligence agency.
Can you fucking imagine? Like, we already have anti-Semitic shit going on in America to some degree already with the Palestine versus Israel bullshit. Can you imagine if they released the files and we're like, oh yeah, by the way, this guy who trafficked children and owned an island for pedophilia has ties to the Israeli government. Oh, we're cooked.
Oh yeah, and not to mention, I'm pretty sure there's people that are in the FBI and the CIA on that list. And I don't think it's like people think it's like a list of 50 people or something. Like, bro, it's not a list of 50 people. There's probably thousands in there.
There's a lot of people. There's actors, actresses, political figures, investors, millionaires, billionaires, people from foreign countries. There's ties to Mossad. Like, if they were to release the files, like, it would get nasty. And I feel like that's partially why Trump is kind of like, we should release them, but we can't. So they might get released eventually, but I feel like there's going to be some redacted shit. Because, like, there's just some things involved with the Epstein situation that, if we actually release, would result in the death of, like, innocent people.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if they do release it, the liberals and the leftists, whatever the fuck you want to call them, aren't gonna give a damn anyway. They're gonna say, "Well, Trump removed his name. Trump removed his name."
Oh, on God.
This guy said, "I don't understand your political views. You wear a Trump hat, but you criticize him a lot." Yeah, of course I criticize him. No one's perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect
I don't
president.
agree with everything that Trump does. I'm not a fan of the blanket tariffs. I do agree with tariffs in general, but I think the blanket tariffs are a little ridiculous.
Well, other countries are tariffing us first. I mean, I understand we do have some blanket tariffs on some countries that didn't even tariff us at all,
Yeah, which
obviously.
which is why I say I have a bit of a problem with the blanket tariffs because it's not like we're just going after people that had tariffs on us. There's a couple people we're going after, like different countries who didn't have tariffs on us at all, and that's not good.
Yeah. But I do love the
Like
tariffs
Japan,
overall. I mean, I love how they
perfect
were
example.
saying it was going to crash
We
our
should
stock
never
market.
tariff Japan. Japan is one of our greatest allies. Canada, I can see some tariffs, but maybe not to the degree. Um,
Hasn't Japan been fucking us over and tariffing us and doing all this weird business shit to us?
well, look at it this way: Japan might do that shit, but they have to make some money somewhere. But they also help us with joint military research. A lot of the shit that like we come out in America, a lot of different inventions that come out, or a lot of it is developed between both America and Japan. Like the smart round that we have for tanks that I guess is going to be releasing soon. That was developed between a joint operation between the United States and the Japanese military, and it's literally able to correct its trajectory midair so it can hit a target. Let's just say you fire a shot at an enemy far away, and they move out of the way. Well, that round is capable of tracking that target and changing its direction like mid travel.
Damn, that's awesome. Best wishes from Toronto. Can delusional. Shout out Canada. It's true Americans are heavily tariffed. For example, try importing a Ford F-150 to the Philippines. It's 100% tariff. You got to pay at the border or else your truck goes into lockup. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But we also, and a lot of people who are talking about like the tax thing, and they say, oh, well, the rich need to pay their fair share. I don't think they realize that the wealthy in America pay it's like 89% of all taxes. Everyone in the top 25% and above acquaints to 89% of all taxes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. And another thing is they say, oh, all these benefits to the wealthy. Well, who creates all the jobs in the businesses? People that are in the higher tax
And
brackets.
not
So,
just that, like the people, and when you raise the taxes for the rich, and a lot of people don't know this, the people who get harmed are the small business owners the most.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
a
I
lot of the
agree.
times when taxes get raised by Democrats, the people hurt the most because the rich have millions, billions of dollars. They don't give a fuck if they have to pay a little bit more in taxes. It's not going to hurt them. Plus, they can always find workarounds. But when you have the small business owners who are making like anywhere from let's just say 200 to like $1 million a year, they're the people that get hurt the most by tax increases when they shouldn't even be being fucking touched. And the way our tax bracket works is fucking stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there should just be a flat tax rate all around. Like, I think it should be 10% for everybody, regardless of the income or the amount.
That yeah, because that's like one of the like I'm a business owner. I've told you this. Like I own my own business, but like what happens is I think at like the lowest bracket, which is it's like 20,000 to I think like 30 or $40,000 a year. It's like anywhere from like 10, sometimes under 10 to like 15% of your income gets taken in taxes. Then when you get past that, I think it jumps up to like 19 to 20% up until like 100K. Past 100K, it jumps up to fucking 30%. It increases by 10% immediately. And then between after you get past 200K to like the 400 to like $600,000 range, you're looking at like 40% of your income in taxes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's fucking ridiculous.
This Michael guy is a huge fucking hater. He joined the Discord before, but we're not going to get into this discussion every single time, Michael. You're being pretty civil today, so
Michael,
I'm not going to
it's
freaking
been
talk about
openly
this.
talked about in the Discord. I own a restaurant.
Yeah, he was only in the Discord for like a couple hours.
That's not a lazy eye. It's actually called exotropia, my friend. And yes, getting surgery to try to fix it can actually make it worse.
He's a fucking dickhead. He's just jealous of any single person that supports the president and anyone. That's exactly why I kicked him out, because I joined the voice chat and I told him we can
Mhm.
set up a debate, and he started screaming and trying to bait me into debating him right then and there on the Discord. And then I just left and told him, sorry, bro. Well, if you make 120 an hour, but you're never working, I don't think you're making much money, because every
He
single
doesn't make
time I
anything.
stream, you're joining.
The
And
fact
also,
that
every
he's
single
over
time
his
I'm on Discord, it says you're playing fucking Marvel games.
yo
Like, I
Euro, I
open
have to
my
point this
Discord,
out.
I click on
Wait,
your name, and it says you're
wait.
playing Marvel. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying, King. But what's funny about the Michael situation, right? He's over here saying he makes X amount of dollars an hour. You would know this wasn't a lazy eye because I can focus with each eye independently. It's called exotropia. And if you're curious, it's a medical condition where you can only focus with one eye at a time. I have full control of it. A lot of people that do have it don't actually, where they can't just focus with each eye independently, or it's more difficult for them to do so. But because I'm so well adapted to it and I've had it all my life, if I was to get surgery, there's about a 30 to 40% chance that it could actually make it worse, where I would no longer have full control of both of my eyes. There's a chance it can make it better, but there's also a high probability. There's like a 30 to 40% chance it can make it worse. So yeah, I'm not going to get fucking surgery for it. I can drive. I can do everything I need to do. Why the fuck do I need to get rid of it? Plus, I have really good peripheral vision on whatever eye I'm not focusing with. It's basically a fucking superpower.
Yeah, this guy's just a fucking major fucking dickhead. Oh, I work in film production. I own my own business. Then why are you playing fucking Marvel games 99% of the time I open my Discord? It says you're playing fucking Marvel games. 99.9%. Do you not get much gigs, or do you not rent your lighting equipment out much, or what's the deal with that? Why are you on Marvel more than I'm streaming? I'm just genuinely curious. You're on Marvel Gaming for about 8 hours a day. No disrespect or hate. Maybe you don't get any gigs or business in the summer. I don't know.
Yeah, because Michael, at the end of the day, like if it was like a 10 or 20% chance, I'd take the risk because then all they would have to do is do another surgery and it would most likely then fix itself. But the issue when it's 30 or 40%, there's a higher probability of the surgery fucking up, and then I have to pay for two of them. And I'm not willing to do that.
What's this guy do or bring to the table? Well, first off, he owns his own restaurant. And second off, what does
I
he
do.
bring to the table? He's very informative about a lot of ideas, topics, global events, all kinds of stuff. And this guy's a huge Second Amendment advocate as well.
I own a lot of guns. Maybe too many guns. It's actually a problem.
We're not
My
friends on
fiance.
Discord, but I can see that you're playing Marvel 24/7.
Yeah.
But you don't gotta lie about it to me, bro. You don't gotta impress me. He's really offended that I just like admitted to the fact that every single time I open my Discord app and click on his name, I see he's playing Marvel.
Which I own an Italian restaurant, Spear. But no, what makes it funny about this situation is fucking my fiance has gotten legitimately upset with me sometimes. But some, it's not like I can't afford to buy the shit that I buy, but she gets upset with me sometimes when I buy guns because down here, because my basement, which is what I'm in right now, which is technically only partially underground, like half of it isn't, half of it is. But my basement down here, I have an entire like vault room dedicated to firearms, and it's basically full to the brink. I had to put in a new wall to hang guns because I ran out of space.
That's awesome. This guy says, get your priorities in order. Buddy, get your priorities in order. Marvel is not your priority, bro. I know you like Marvel, but Marvel is not your priority. Work on your business. Someone asks, what's your top 3 handguns?
It depends. Are we talking from a carry standpoint, or are we talking from a like just fun to shoot?
You can never have too many guns. That's right, Lunchbox. What's the difference between sauce and gravy? This guy's asking.
What's the difference between a sauce and a gravy? As far as I'm aware, a gravy is usually made from some kind, usually like the rendered down like juice and fat from an animal. So like, and then you add flour, so on and so forth. While a sauce is usually made from other things. So usually like it could be vegetable based, different things that are in it. But a gravy is usually specifically just based off of like the broth from an animal, whether it's broth from the bones of an animal, the fat of an animal, the meat of an animal.
Hello, King. How are you?
Gravies are also generally much more simpler than sauces. Sauces can be very intricate.
We're still here, King. If you want to drop another super chat, we'll give you a long-winded answer and question about anything you want.
Also, so you're aware, I want to point out another thing. Not everyone. No, no, kid. Like, yeah, I didn't go to culinary school, so um, I own my restaurant and I do like Italian food and stuff. But I didn't go to culinary school. I went to college for business management, and then I went back for a double associates program where I got an associate's degree in accounting and another associate's degree in finance. So I never went to culinary school. A lot of the stuff that I know about cooking is learning from my mother, who was an excellent cook, who actually was a chef for a while there in her younger years.
Accounting and finance, that's awesome, man. Also business management. All good stuff. Great gay hat. I'm not gay, buddy. Don't be mad about fucking Trump. You can stop crying now.
I find it funny he says great gay glasses, but these glasses are designer and probably more expensive than anything he could ever afford.
Like, if they don't fucking like you, they just personally attack you. Can we just stay on subject? Can we talk about politics and policy of the world? He doesn't like gun owners, probably. He really wants to do $150 super chat, but I'm chicken. Bro, why do you gotta tease me like that? Why do you gotta tease me? You should do $150 super chat. The biggest super chat I've ever gotten was $130. But some other people have dropped $100 per person as well. But 150
Me
would
owning a
blow
restaurant,
away.
Michael, I own a restaurant with one of my best friends I've known since I was young, if you're curious.
If you were in the
I'm
Discord, you would have seen
the
obvious proof
primary
that he
business
owns a
owner.
restaurant.
Dude, yeah, I posted a lot of pictures. So many.
Stop
But
with the
I
stupid
really,
ass hooker
yeah,
comments, you fuck.
like I really enjoy cooking, like legitimately. It's a hobby of mine. I used to do it all the time with my mom since I was a kid. When I was younger, at one point I wanted to go to culinary school, but it was one of those situations where it was like, well, maybe you should do something else, and if you want to go to culinary school, you can always decide to go back to college. So that's why I got into business and accounting and like all that stuff because it's a more practical career choice. And
Oh,
actually, no, that
absolutely.
stuff has legitimately helped me running my business. Like you'd be surprised, like if you want to start your own business and you go and you get into like any type of entrepreneurial situation, it's probably a good idea, even if it's just like online classes at like a community college, right? If you get any like even an associate's degree in something related to business, whether it's accounting, finance, business management, risk management, something, probably useful if you plan on running your own business because like accounting and finance helps a lot when you're trying to work on like wages and factoring in like what's the lowest amount of money I can pull in per month versus the max amount. Now, how can I factor in a decent wage for my employees where they're fine, no one's getting hurt? Maybe I'll take a slight, pay loss 1 month because of X amount was lost that month.
The de facto insult is gay, 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 gay. It's like the only fucking thing they can say. Why do you guys love calling people gay and retard? Isn't 90% of your political party gay and retarded? But we got
Not
45
just
people in
that.
here now. Smash that like
Thing
button,
is also
guys.
when you try to factor in if you're trying to work on like a living income for different people, like let's just say, and you're also trying to, because there's a lot of things that come in place, right? And a lot of businesses actually don't run on this business model, and it's kind of fucking stupid. So your employees should be paid based on workload, right? There is, and I've seen this happen a lot in different restaurants where, like people who work on dish staff who technically do more work than the wait staff get paid less than the wait staff. And then people
Steve,
wonder why
Michael is
they're
just a
constantly
weirdo.
losing. And then people wonder why their bus boys or their dish staff are constantly fucking quitting.
Yeah. This Michael dude, no matter how civil he is for 5 or 10 seconds, he just goes back to being fucking retarded. That's why he always ends up getting kicked off the stream. And also, King, I love your comments, but you tempted me already with that $150 super chat. I feel like you should drop something for saying that even. Like, bro's just gonna tempt me like that, like, oh, I feel like dropping $150
I was
super
gonna
chat. I
say,
mean, you
damn,
dropped the
if
20
he
bucks.
drops $150, what the fuck?
It's called homophobia, feel of getting pork up the yoni. And those haters might be fantasizing. They'll like it. Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird. I can't lie.
Yeah, I'm confident in my own sexuality. At least I'd hope so.
I mean, I don't give a fuck if someone calls me gay. How is that an insult? Like I said, more than 50% of the Democrats are gay. So, how is that an insult for them?
It's actually kind of funny because I'm engaged. So I am in a relationship that has been going on for 5 years. Now, if you were to call my fiance gay, technically you're half right.
Half right.
Yeah, Anna's bisexual.
Well, what's the stream about? I mean, we're just chatting shit about Trump, Epstein. Michael, if you make so much money, why don't you drop a fucking super chat? You've just been in here bumming the fucking comment section. If you want me to take off the hat, drop a super chat, Mr. Rich Boy. The
I
thing is,
guarantee you.
you might make 120 an hour, but you haven't worked in fucking years.
I guarantee you he's not making anything. He probably is collecting some type of government assistance.
Oh, for sure. I love the people that work like gig jobs where they'll get like one job in a blue moon and they're like, yeah, I make 150 an hour. But you get no hours and you get no jobs. Also, awesome. You made it home, Lunchbox. Hope you had a good day. If you were at work or something, I have no fucking clue where you were at. But we also need this guy, Lunchbox, on stream. He's in the Discord, but he's not really active. No, Michael, you're always talking about other people's money and how much you make, but you never drop a super
I
chat.
need a fucking nicotine pouch, legitimately.
Smoke a cigarette. Weren't you smoking before this?
Yeah, but like I don't feel like going in the other room because that would require unplugging my phone and it's currently charging.
Oh, yeah, my phone's charging too.
Plus, I'm
Well,
also
all I
trying to
know
cut
is you're
down on my
playing
smoking.
Marvel 7 days a week, so you can't be working that hard.
Not for real though. If anybody here is trying to cut down on smoking, nicotine pouches.
Thumbs up and subscribe. I can't wait till I get home to spend the rest of my life alone. What kind of comment is that, bro?
That's wild.
All you do is cry about money, Michael. All you do is cry and talk about it. You're full of shit. I'm kicking you out, bro. You're not offering anything useful at this point to even talk about or discuss. So you can come back in 30 minutes if you want. There you go. Use your
He can
timeout.
never come
Watch
back.
us. Think in the corner.
He can never come back. I just hit him. I'm getting a little sick and tired of his shit.
Yeah, he's
He comes
fucking
in the stream
annoying
and
as
always
fuck.
causes issues like 24 fucking 7.
Just tell me a little bit about what you would use the money for. If it's a good cause, I'll drop it. Bro, if you like the channel, that's exactly what I'm going to use the money for. I'm going to take all my YouTube earnings and I'm going to get a microphone, some better cameras, a better setup. Everything's basically going to go back to the channel. But talk about good causes. I mean, I guess that's a pretty good cause. If you like the show and you like the guests, I mean, it's all going to go back to it. Some of the guests I want to pay in the future. So, yeah, bro, that's definitely going to help the channel. He's going to buy Trump merch, more hats. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I am going to buy a new Trump hat. It's going to be the Trump 2028 hat. But that's more of a trolling factor. What kind of work do you do, Lunchbox, that you think you deserve $150 an hour? I'm curious. You probably do deserve it, though. You're a pretty good guy.
I'm gonna dress like an ICE officer and I'm gonna go walk into the nearest Home Depot.
Oh, hell yeah. You got to make a video out of that. That's amazing. Is
They
that a
would all
good
run out like fucking
cause,
ants.
King? Is that a good cause? Pure entertainment value for people. Would you
I don't.
rather vote DeSantis or Vance in 2028? Well, as someone that's from Florida, I love DeSantis, but I don't think I would honestly want him as president. I mean, I know all the people are going to be like, what the fuck? I mean, I love him as governor. Don't get me wrong. I love him as governor, but it might be a little bit weird to see that man with so much power. I feel like he might go a little bit power crazy. I don't know, though, for sure.
In a presidential position, I feel like DeSantis would push the envelope a little too far, but Vance, I don't think would.
Yeah, I agree there because I mean, DeSantis' wife has already been accused of stealing $10 million or some shit from charity. So that's a little bit suspect alone. And also, DeSantis isn't too rich. Like, he's not like Trump where he doesn't need the money. He's kind of like Biden where he needs the fucking money. This is a good comment. Your guest puts his staff above himself. That kind of loyalty will bring prosperity.
Because even though I may be, well, I'm not even Republican, so I'll actually point into this. I'm a centrist, so I have both Democrat and Republican views. Do I support Trump? Yes, because the other option was, yeah, I'm not a huge Kamala fan or Biden fan or like anyone in, like, I think AOC should be barred from ever running for president because she has openly made racist comments towards white people in the past. Um, I feel the same way about the guy who's currently running for mayor of New York City. Like, I really don't think he should be able to be in office because he has openly refused to denounce certain extremist views. So,
Wow, buddy, you dropped $150, bro. I really appreciate that, King. I really appreciate that, brother. I'm gonna
I have
get some
never
new
stolen
equipment
from
for the
anyone.
channel with that.
Cursing will not prevent you from going to heaven. If you read the Bible, you would know this. Um, Stealing also would not bar you from going to heaven. As long as you repent, you can still go. And by the way, I'm not even Christian, so
You
I'm
guys
Norse pagan.
both won me over. Much appreciated. Dons is a really cool guy. I'm glad I met him in the Discord. And also, I really appreciate this, bro. I'm gonna say this 100 times this live stream because that's the biggest super chat I've ever gotten. I mean, I had a guy drop $130 2 days in a row, but I'm saying like one singular super chat that's record breaking for sure, bro. Record breaking for sure. And I promise to bring more guests, and I promise to bring Don's on here as much as he wants to be on here. But thank you, King. Shout out you. I hope you have a fucking wonderful month and a great week. Like for real, bro. That's fucking record breaking for the channel.
Chances are, if I got a super chat, I would probably just take it and tip one of my employees if
That's
I was
fucking
streaming
good,
like
bro.
this. Yeah, I
That's
don't
good
need
for
the
you,
money,
man.
so I would just end up giving it to someone else.
That's awesome, man. That's very generous of you, King. That's absolutely right, brother. I really appreciate that.
I don't particularly believe in the whole Bible thumping thing. I want to point out something that a lot of people don't know. Did you know that the Norse religion, there's also a Jesus Christ?
No, I don't know anything about that religion.
It goes by a different name, but yeah, Norse has basically their own version of Jesus. Also, Odin fucking sacrificed himself to the fucking world tree to like save humanity. So I feel like they have more than one Jesus Christ.
Actually, speaking of that, I don't know if you watched the episode I had. I had a lazy on lady. What the fuck did I just say? Lazy. I had a lady on here that had a bunch of face tattoos on her. Like she was like fully covered in face tats. But she was a hardworking woman. I don't know what kind of work she did, but she had a nice house. She had some brand new teeth she bought that were like $24,000. But yeah, she was like a Nordist or whatever the fuck it's called, and I was like the first time I ever actually even talked to anyone that followed that religion. Like I've heard of it,
We're
but I mean,
basically normal people. Like, I know some other religions like to call us heathens, but we're literally just normal people. Like,
oh, so you follow
honestly,
that religion as well, yeah?
I'm Norse pagan, dude.
Damn. The second person I ever met that was a part of it. I gotta definitely do my research about it. Like I don't know about the beliefs. I don't really know too
And
much
I,
about it.
I have actual genetic ties to Vikings. So my father's side is from Dublin, Ireland, and anybody who's done history into the background of Dublin, Ireland, at one point it was a Viking colony. Um, so there are specific bloodlines in Dublin, Ireland that have direct ties to like Norse, like Vikings. And my mom's side is from Sicily. My mom is full-blooded Sicilian, but she was born in America. My father is full-blooded Irish, and both his parents moved here before he was even born. So
They said God bless Dons. That's right.
I'm
The
following my
Nordist gods
ancestry, bro.
bless him.
Yes, I'm following my ancestry, dude. That's where my ancestry from my dad's side is.
Hell yeah.
My dad is Norse pagan. It's actually funny. My dad's Norse pagan. My mom's a devout Catholic.
Oh damn. That's an
That
interesting
relationship
combo.
dynamic is very interesting. They don't ever argue. Like surprisingly, for believing in two different religions, they get along completely fine. And plus, you put in the fact that my dad's an Irishman and my mom's an Italian. You would think they'd want to kill each other 24/7, but that's not the case.
That's also really interesting, Italian and Irish. You know, if you think about it, if you really made a deal with me, Trump is going to making deals with the problem is he's getting angry too easily. Well, I'll be honest with you. Sometimes he does get angry too easily, but sometimes I feel like he doesn't get angry enough. But
I
maybe
will
it's
say the
maybe it's because
situation
people
with
say I'm an
Zelensky.
angry individual, but
The
I don't know. I
situation
don't
with
think so.
Zelensky, who has no respect for America and all the help we gave him, I feel like that kind of had to happen to basically be like, "Yo, Zelensky, you need to chill the fuck out. You're acting like you're owed this help when you're not."
His people. It was promised to his people 3,000 years ago that America would give billions of dollars to them.
It's fucking insane how disrespectful Zelensky was to America after all the help we gave him. It's actually kind of fucked up. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, I meet
but that's
people
no
from
different than
Ukraine all the
Israel. But
time.
Israel has dirt on us, so like There's that.
I meet people from Ukraine all the time, and they fucking hate Trump for that, bro. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, why the fuck do you hate Trump? He's literally giving your
Dude, then
country fucking billions of
if
dollars.
Zelensky came back and legitimately fucking apologized and was like, "Yo, I'm sorry for disrespecting you guys after all the help you provided me," I feel like the American people, many of us, would get behind it and be like, you know what, the dude gave us a heartfelt apology. Give the man a chance. Like,
Exactly. I'm just like curious. Why the like, bro? I'm not a I mean, I'm pretty humble. I consider myself humble, but I would like, I'm not like a cocksucker like him. Like, if I was in his shoes, I would 100% be like, yeah, I'm really fucking sorry. You guys are literally paying half of the funds. I mean, America is paying more than like 24 European countries are giving fucking Ukraine. Like, we're paying
I'm
more
gonna
than
be
half of it.
honest, Clark. If you continue to Bible thump in the chat and fucking like, just know that I will indeed send you to the back rooms, because talking down to people of other religious faiths just because you think your faith is the best is one way to get me to fucking boot your ass out of the chat. Chill with that.
Bro, don't you believe in freedom of religion? Like, if you're a Christian, it's fine, and it's good to push the message of whatever
Dude,
religion you
it's
want.
perfectly
Like,
fine to believe in God. I have nothing against anyone else believing in
but
different
don't hate
deities.
on someone else
Oh my
religion.
god.
Like, bro,
I'm in touch with my ancestry. Leave me the fuck alone. Like,
releasing those files could only make Trump look good unless he's in them.
the grinder comment is funny because I barely use social media.
Just a little bit of grinder.
Like, it's actually funny. Like, I think I have a Facebook, a Snapchat, and a Discord, and that's about it. And I barely use my Facebook.
Yeah, bro, I have a Facebook too, and that shit got deleted. I have an Instagram too, but both my Instagram and Facebook got deleted by Mark Zuckerberg because I would just call like my friends fags on there, and they fucking banned me for that. Like, I would just comment like the most ridiculous shit. I would be like saying shit about Hitler and fags, and I guess they don't fucking like that on there.
Dude, if I said half the shit that, like, talked about half the shit outside of, like, on let, because YouTube's not as bad as Twitch when it comes to censoring some topics. Um, if I was to mention about the fact that Epstein had ties to fucking Mossad on Twitch, bro, immediately shut down.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Guys, how about you pick 7 numbers, no repeats, each between 1 and 50? You guys brought me good luck, so I'll probably win the lottery this week. Okay, I'll pick 3 numbers. You can pick 4 numbers. How about that, Dons? Is that cool? Let's win this guy some lottery. Let's win this guy some lottery numbers. Okay, the first numbers I'll pick will be 2, 7, and 12. You can pick the 2, 7, and 12. You can pick the other numbers. 4 numbers. Pick them for the lottery winnings.
8, 6, 9, 15.
You got that, King? You got those lottery numbers? I'm an angry individual, but I'm working progress. Yeah, people tell me I'm an angry individual. I mean, I can be angry, but I consider myself relatively level headed. If I scream at you or yell at you or get mad at you, it takes a lot. You must have really fucked with me or fucked up.
Yeah, I don't get angry about people talking about their religion, but when they try to put down my beliefs because they believe in specific shit is when I start to get pissed the fuck off. That's not okay.
Oh, for sure. There's so
Especially,
many fucking religions. It's so interesting, honestly. But
and there are religions out there older than Christianity and the Islamic faith and like all that shit that have been around way longer, and people are just like, well, Christianity, Judaism, and Islamicism is the only way. Well, there's other religions that existed before them, so
Bro, you know
explain
what's an
that.
interesting religion? Mormons. They can have like a bunch of wives, but they can't drink coffee.
Yeah, I never understood the not drinking coffee thing, but I have like a legitimate problem when it comes to coffee.
Oh yeah, coffee is super addictive. I
See, I
really
don't
like
make.
coffee. I'm not addicted to it, but like, bro, if I could make some really good quality coffee every day, I probably would. But I'm just
I
busy
could
as fuck.
sell you good quality coffee, and it would probably be cheaper than anyone else who bought it because I roast my own beans. I've been
Yeah, I
thinking
was
about
reading
getting
everything you
into
were
it and
saying
selling
about
it
them.
online. Yeah. I might eventually do an online page and start selling my own coffee beans that I roast myself. I don't know yet. Still thinking about it.
Hell yeah, that's a great idea. Hey, Emperor, how are you? The views are really fucking low, but I don't give a fuck,
Uh,
honestly.
yeah, I can get raw Arabica beans for $6 a pound.
Damn, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mormons. 2, 7, 12. That was my numbers.
I have an interesting story for you guys that you guys will laugh at. It's a story about a DoorDash driver, but it's kind of funny.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so this was months ago, but I ordered DoorDash to get food delivered because me and my fiance were hungry, and honestly, like I slipped and fell on a wet floor at work, so my back was like fucked. So I did not feel like standing and cooking. So I ordered DoorDash. So I go downstairs to go grab it, and the guy who delivered my fucking DoorDash arrived in like a really nice SUV. He was dressed really nice, right? And then I see the pamphlets. It was a fucking Jehovah's Witness.
Oh my fucking god. Was he a
So
DoorDash driver that was a Jehovah Witness?
yes, so he's trying to give me these pamphlets and talk about this shit while holding my food fucking hostage.
Fuck, bro. That's one fucking tricky situation. I can't
That's
even lie
that's some
there.
like super villain level fucking IQ right there. Like, bro, you know what? We going around and knocking on doors isn't working anymore. Let's get in a DoorDash so they're forced to listen to us and so they can get their fucking food. That is wild.
Bro, I can't lie. That is fucking cult shit. You know, they've
That's
infiltrated the
fucking
businesses,
insane.
bro, of America. Islam is 700 years after Christ walked the earth. Yeah, that is right, but don't say that to a Muslim person. They'll get really fucking pissed off.
Well, it depends. It depends. Wait, wait, because there's a huge difference between the Islamic faith and Muslim. They do slightly deviate. Muslim's a little more modern.
Someone told me like this: Islam is the religion, and Muslim is, the what you are if you follow
Muslim is what
Islam.
you are, but also like Islam and Muslim can also deviate. So there, you have like the New Age Muslims that like slightly deviate from the original teachings of the Quran. So there's like a little bit different. But if we're gonna delve into the fact that a lot of people don't know about the Bible, there was a religion that predated the Islamic faith, and it's the religion that went into the Islamic faith that was separate from Judaism and Christianity, because all three religions, originated in the beginning, but it was a little different, right? So like, there was a religion that predated Islam. That religion eventually turned into Islam. Judaism has stayed the same way since the beginning. Christianity, on the other hand, the Christians were originally Jews, but after Jesus Christ came into the picture, they converted, and it's a more adapted version of Judaism. So Christianity came from Judaism. Islam came from a religion that predated Islam. It's weird. It's
Yeah, it
just
is
fucking
weird.
weird.
I know just like Christians, there's different types of Muslims. Like one's called a Sunni Muslim,
Mhm.
and I don't know what the other ones are called, but I just know one's called like a Sunni Muslim or some shit like that.
And a lot of people also don't know. Then it's a funny thing when it comes to the Bible. If you read the Bible, it specifically states, um, he said to Abraham, it's like God said to Abraham, what was it? You will be the founder of many nations and people. Well, the many nations and people he was talking about was the three Abrahamic faiths, which is Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. All three are God's people. They're all fighting each other for no fucking reason other than just differences. It's fucking stupid.
Someone said there are different sects in all three religions.
Yes, there is.
That's also fucking weird. Well, in the land of America, there's only two religions by federal law, from what I've heard. You can no longer put weird shit on your passport. I don't even know if this is fucking true, but I heard like transgender people could put like an X under the, or not an X. I think there already is an X, but they could put some weird shit under the gender category on their passport. Bro, imagine going to the Middle East and they see a section that says gender and it's just some weird fucking shit on your passport.
Preferred pronouns. What is it? She, shim, shay, or whatever the fuck it is.
Sunni and Shiite and Sunni. I'm Muslim, ask me. Well, what do you want to ask him? What kind of Muslim are you, Sunni or
I
Shiite?
mean, I'm pretty well versed when it comes to different religions. A lot of people don't understand. Well, Lunchbox, I'm talking about the religion that predated Islam, the one that led into Islam, the
Man, I hope
religion
you
that
win $10 million
predated Islam.
in that lottery.
Yeah.
If you win $10
Yeah.
million in that lottery, you got to come back and drop me a $10,000 super chat.
Yeah, Lunchbox, there was a religion before Islam that existed in the beginning, dating back before the birth of Jesus Christ. That religion is what turned into Islam later on, after the Prophet and everything else.
What do you think about the prophet of Muhammad and that 9-year-old girl and stuff like that?
I mean, back then it was normal. Nowadays it's not.
Yeah, good answer. A lot of people in biblical times, even non-Muslim people, were marrying extremely young
Yes.
and also having kids extremely young. You know, there are a few things good about Islam. One of them is Muhammad was known never to cheat, steal from his customers. He was a good market trader dealing in consumer goods back in 1402.
Now, if he was a part of another particular religious faith, he would be controlling the middleman part of the market and fucking everyone over, but we're not going to say what faith that is.
Yeah, I remember in the Bible where what was it? Jesus went into the temple and he started fucking like grabbing everyone's shit. And we're not gonna say which faith that is, but he started grabbing everyone's shit and just like fucking like chucking their fucking I think it was like chickens or something they were trying to sell on a Sunday or some shit like that. They were
Uh,
basically trying to sell shit in the temple. And he was really fucking pissed off. He just started grabbing everything, fucking having a fit about it.
all three religions that came from Abraham, but there was a pseudo religion before Islam that predates it. But I remember reading about it at one point, but I forget the fucking name of it. It's not called an actual religion; it's called a pseudo religion. But there's a pseudo
Oh,
religion that
fuck.
predates Islam.
Here we go. Jesus said, love thy neighbor and welcome all immigrants. We
No,
do
we did not
welcome all
actually.
immigrants
It actually
legally.
explicitly wait, and this is funny coming from the guy who's Norse pagan. I'm very well versed on the Bible because my mom's fucking Catholic. The Bible explicitly mentions borders and government laws and that you should follow them. It
Yeah,
does.
they love to talk about Jesus and the illegal immigrants. I don't even know what this one is. Gynotism, also an interesting cult based on Christianity. So who was
It's
the
Gnosticism,
Waco,
I believe.
Texas guy? Sorry, how
I
do you
believe
say
it's
it?
pronounced Gnosticism or Gnosticism, something like that.
Gnosticism,
Mhm.
also an interesting cult based on Christianity. So was the Waco, Texas guy. What was his name? David Koresh, Prince of the Branch Davidians? I don't know, bro. You have to ask Dons. I don't know about that guy.
Oh, are you talking about the Waco, Texas situation with the fucking cult leader?
Romans 14 says to obey the laws of the land. Good point, brother.
It indeed does.
Muhammad practiced same as the Jews until he met Gabriel in a cave. That doesn't sound too good looking back at it now. Then we have that guy in Guinea that resulted in the suicide of 800 people who got sucked into the religion. Yeah, bro, there's lots of mass cult suicides, unfortunately.
If we want to talk about modern cults, I can bring up several examples. Well, one could argue that
Wait,
the world,
wait, I can bring up a cult right here.
yeah, no, not a cult. Well, you know what? You know what? I'll play devil's advocate here. Most of them are in a cult. There are some that are a
Most
little
of them are or aren't.
aren't, but some are.
Okay.
Some are. I think we can both agree on this that there are some people
Oh yeah,
who
no, there's
are
cult
like,
people for everything.
yeah, there's some people who are in MAGA that are how do I word this? They fucking kiss the ground that Trump walks on, and that's not healthy. We need help.
Yeah, that's kind of a little bit disgusting. No, he turned God's house into a store and tax collector. Yeah, that was in the Bible. Sorry if my story wasn't 100% accurate.
Yes, I work
Oh
5 days
yeah,
a week.
10
I'm
million for
closed
sure,
on
man.
weekends, Emperors. If you're curious, I don't work on the weekends. Neither do my employees.
Oh yeah, 10 million for sure, man. No, I'm not going to give you 10,000. I'm going to give you 50,000. Holy shit, can you imagine if someone just dropped me a $50,000 fucking super chat? Bro, if I had like the live stream popping, like sometimes I have like 500, 600, 700, 800 people in here. And bro, like if someone drops a big super chat, they'll start to cry about it. All the liberals and the Democrats will be like, fuck you, asshole, you're wasting your money, yada, yada, yada. And they'll just lose their shit over it because they don't like the Trump hat and they don't like anyone who supports him. But if they saw a $50,000 super chat, I swear to God that would literally bring them into literal tears. What about Hinduism? What happened to that? I mean, it's pretty popular in India and
You
Nepal and
will.
those places.
So Earth. Before you talk about Norse paganism, do research into the Norse gods because there's many different ones. If you're curious, look into the Norse god of nature.
Yeah, man, you know that young marriage is still happening today in northern India and different parts of the world. There's all kinds of strokes for different folks. Yeah, I heavily disagree agree with that morally though. But whatever, it's different cultures and different places. But Hinduism is
So you
older than any of them
so
too.
so you're 100% aware, Earth, that like people who worship the Norse religion also worship different gods other than Odin.
What do you think about Hinduism?
I mean, it's fine. It Hinduism is interesting because it teaches about karma and it teaches you to not do unto others what you don't want to happen to you, which is what Catholicism teaches. But like Hinduism goes a little bit more in depth with it, with like how your decisions in your life that negatively impact others can really fuck you over in the afterlife. It's actually kind of insane.
Yeah, it is really super interesting, honestly. And another thing they have is like about karma. Like, if you have good karma, I could be mistaken on this. So if anyone in the comments or if you want to correct me, that's fine. But they have like the class system. Like they believe that they're born to stay in one class all their life or something. Like if they're born at the bottom, they believe they'll be middle class in their next lifetime. If they're middle class, like in their next life, they believe that they'll be rich, so on and so forth. I believe they have some kind of class system like that.
Earthkeeper, not everyone who is it is a fallacy that people who believe in Norse paganism specifically worship Odin or worship Odin above the other gods. There are plenty of examples throughout history that prove that the Norse pagans have worshipped many different gods. Specifically, perfect example is what's it? Hera, Thor. There's a bunch of different ones. If you look into different Norse gods, there have been many different groups within the faith that have worshipped different ones. You have like the Norse even has their own god of war, um, and also a lot of people don't know, and this is something that people don't talk about. But in the Norse religion, Odin at one point had sacrificed himself to the world tree to save humanity during Ragnarok. So
They would cry over a $200 super chat. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure some of them were in here crying over that super chat earlier.
dude, imagine crying over $200.
Imagine crying over that someone else got $200 and you didn't. How about you make your own channel, make your own content. My channel didn't just pop off overnight. It took
Do I
years of
inherently do
consistent
I
posting.
respect Odin? Yes. Do I inherently worship Odin over other gods? No. And that's another thing that like the Norse religion talks about. And that's why I kind of respect it a little bit more than some others. In the Norse religion, the gods aren't perfect. They make mistakes. They fuck up. And then they pay for those mistakes. Ragnarok is a perfect example. Odin made many mistakes, and that's what led up to the happenings of Ragnarok. It shows that being a an immortal being at the pinnacle of existence does not make you perfect in every way, unlike other religions. And there are plenty of examples in the Bible of God making mistakes, but no one talks about it. Perfect example: God making mistakes is what caused the existence of Sodom and Gomorrah. So, speaking of Sodom and Gomorrah, people that say, God isn't technically against like homosexuality and all that stuff, but he's against degeneracy. And a perfect example of this is Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The people of that place were committing acts of degeneracy, not, you know what I mean? They were committing acts of degeneracy. And you know what God's response was? To glass the fucking place.
Jesus. Oh yeah, that was the last time that God got involved with that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, because like in the situation of Sodom and Gomorrah, they were participating in degeneracy and lust and like several of the deadly sins. So God nuked the fucking city. God's response to that situation was to proceed to nuke the city.
Just like you nuked the Discord.
Dude, the fucking I had to nuke the fucking recipe channel yesterday because it was bad.
Yeah, I fucking saw so many shit that was unrelated to the fucking recipes. What the fuck was going on in there?
I can tell you that Euro isn't a degenerate. I will say that many of the liberals that joined the Discord very much are.
Oh, 100%. With the type of shit that they spread and say, well, $50,000 would definitely help you grow your sound studio for YouTube. Bro, don't even get me started with the type of equipment that I could fucking buy.
I'm not what's considered a normal religion, Emperor. Ryan, if you're curious, it's a medical condition, and getting surgery to fix it
These
has
guys
a
are
higher
fucking dickheads, bro. Just fucking
has a
ignore them. I'm
probability of
kicking them
making it
out.
worse. Yeah,
You don't got
people that
nothing to
aren't
fucking
educated.
prove. You're a handsome guy, no homo. Don't let these fuckers talk to you like that. They're fucking degenerate.
And anybody who's curious, my earrings are Norse charms.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's written not to abandon the natural use of your body. That's 100% true. I don't think that you should mutilate yourself. Transgenderism is self-mutilation, if you ask me. I mean, if you ask any fucking smart person, if you get that surgery, that's self-mutilation.
All I gotta say is anybody who thinks that it's a good idea to chop their dick off has problems, but we're not gonna delve into that.
Bro, like, I legitimately cannot get my head around how the fuck people think that they should do that. Like, genuinely. Like, I can even partly understand the idea. Like, 2% of me can understand the idea of people
The
saying,
only
oh,
time
I
I
was
can
born in the wrong
fathom
body.
the only time I can fathom someone chopping their dick off is if they're actually born unisex,
Yeah,
which does
facts.
happen. If you are actually born between both genders and you have to decide what gender, at that point it makes sense because like some people can be born with both parts. That makes sense. But when you are born a man and you are genetically a man and you want to chop your dick off, no matter what you do, you will never become a woman. That's not how the human body works.
Piercings are self-mutilation. I mean, technically they are, but the difference is you're not cutting off a limb. I would say that your
Piercings are
dick is a
a
fucking limb.
fun fact. Fun fact. Piercings are not self-mutilation. Neither are tattoos. Historically, during the time of Jesus Christ, piercings and tattoos were still normal, and Jesus never condemned them.
It's weird, man. People who make jokes about gay are not in the right mind.
I mean, we want to talk about self-mutilation. Okay, I'm gonna piss off all the Bible thumpers in the chat real quick. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about my piercings? Do they make you upset? Fuck out of here.
I mean, even a lot of extremely Muslim people, they have fucking tattoos.
Dude, tattoos are not frowned upon by God in any way, shape, or form. They don't harm the body.
I saw him, Lunchbox. Lunchbox is saying he's saying he didn't see your tattoos, but there we go.
Yeah, I
That's
have
a
one on
sick
both arms.
tattoo, by the way.
It's not.
It was worth it. You're not gonna believe this, but I actually got billed $26 tax on that by the government of Canada.
This is my
Bro,
other
what
tattoo.
the fuck? You got billed $26 for what tax? There's a tax for making gay jokes in Canada? Is that what we're talking about now? Because if that was so, my tax bill would be really high.
Hey, I may mute myself for a second and go run and swap the laundry over to the dryer, but I'm not leaving. I'm just
Okay,
gonna
that's cool.
run and come back.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't really make gay jokes. I think that they're like, stupid and immature. Unless sometimes they can be funny, but it has to have like a good context, and that's really the case. Because it's like not that funny or serious. We can ask him about his tattoos when he comes back. How many moderators do you have on Discord? Did you kick me for no reason? Someone kicked me. I don't know. You have to ask Don's. There's only one moderator, and it's this guy right next to me. So I can ask him when he comes back. My prime minister in Canada was not supposed to do that because Donald Trump complained about the tax on social media last week on the government here. Canada promised they wouldn't tax it. What do they tax, brother? I'm still lost. Can you please explain what they're taxing? I'm really curious. Gay men or women don't bother me at all. Same, bro. I have friends that are both gay men and lesbian women, and they're good people. It doesn't bother me at all. Digital? What digital? Digital tax? Isn't the ADF a German political party? Carbon tax? Really? I'm still waiting to hear from you, King. What kind of tax? Are you from Germany and do you support the ADF? Still curious. What is Canada taxing you for? Digital tax. Digital tax for what? What the hell is a digital tax? Canada is out of control with this tax and shit. That is so wild. So wild. I'm still interested to hear from King about what kind of tax they're taxing him. I don't know if he's still in here or what. You still in here, King? You're listening? I wanted to know about the whole tax situation you were telling me about. Prime Video, for example, broadcasts digitally in Canada and isn't taxed. Do you get taxed for broadcasting digitally? King, what do you get taxed for? What was that tax notice for? I'm still waiting for bro to come back, but just give him about, I don't know, a couple minutes. They're misusing the word mutilation, which means removing the, ball sack. They tax for everything. Yeah, bro, they do tax for everything. Canada is beautiful, though. The mountains, great skiing place. I've been there in December of 2024. That's awesome, bro. I'm glad you're enjoying. Hope you hit the subscribe button. What are your questions? What are your questions for him? I'll ask him when he comes back. I was having a crazy freaking dream, guys. I had a dream that a guy that I used to know that was an addict, he was chasing me with an H needle. Bro was like chasing me around with a freaking needle. Why is he getting? Not a smart move. Have I been to the Dominican Republic? No, not yet. I would love to go though. While Trump was fixated on the digital tax, Canada signed a mineral deal with Greenland. Well, good for them, but we're about to own Greenland and Canada, so Trump doesn't have to worry about all that. Both of those will become United States. What part of the DR did you go to? I'm curious. How are the women in the DR? Come to LA, that dream may come true. Bro, what the fuck? I hope not. That was a fucking terrifying dream. I kept trying to get away from him. This was also like 2 hours ago. I took a nap. I woke up, bro. I was like, "What the fuck?" That felt so terrifying and so real. Like he kept trying to inject me with a fucking needle of H, and I was just fucking running away. If you want to send us any images, King, if you want to talk with me and Don's, we're both in the Discord. He's the moderator and the manager of the Discord. So if you want to talk with us, you guys can. And I'm talking to King specifically. You can join there. We have almost 100 members on the Discord, guys. We're running it up on the Discord. Almost 100 members on there. So if you want to send us any rendered images or have any talks with us about anything, we can definitely go on there. You've been to 4 different Bahama Islands. Awesome, man. That's awesome. I went to the Bahamas like when I was a kid, and I went to like, you know how they tell you like sometimes, oh, stay in this area of the Bahamas, don't go past the beaten path. Well, I went deep into the Bahamas. I was probably like, 14 or 15. I went into the Bahamas, like some black dude just came up to me. He's like, "What's up? You want some sugar? Sugar man?" I'm like, "No, bro, no, thank you." What's up, the cream one? There was a bunch of people that were saying, "Oh, I can't wait to ask him something when he comes back."
Oh, did it cut out my freaking audio from my earbuds?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. We're just chilling in here, talking, discussing in this Sunday evening. The cream one. Yeah, I'm lucky to be alive. I mean, I was with my family, but like, I was just telling them I went to the Bahamas when I was
There we
like
go.
a teen. A teen and some black dude. I went up to I went to past the beaten path. You know how on cruises sometimes they tell you, oh, don't go here, don't go there, just stay within the tourist zone. I went outside the tourist zone. I went to some store in the Bahamas. I remember some black dude came up to me. He was like, "Bro, you want to buy some sugar, sugar man?" I was like fucking 13. Hey, why not talk a little bit about how you're doing and what's going on in your life with all the tariff talk these days? Well, I heard we put more tariffs on some other countries and stuff like that. I heard people in the Discord were complaining about possible tariffs on coffee. What do you think about that, Dons?
It's not going to raise prices that much, honestly. Coffee's already pretty cheap.
Oh yeah. I mean, are there
You could
any
slap
good
a.
American-made coffees? They're mostly all from different countries. I mean, the beans are at least.
The beans are bought raw from other countries and then made roasted in America. But these companies buy them like $6 per pound, and if you're selling a pound of coffee for $6, and let's say there's a or you're making buying a can of coffee for $6, and let's just say you're selling it for like $10, $15 per pound, right? Or even $20. You take in the math, you see it's going to go up by 50%, which means it's going to go up to $9. Your coffee may only increase by like a dollar or two. Honestly, it's not going to increase in price by 50%.
People are gonna say, "Oh, $1 or $2, that's a lot."
Yeah.
I mean, look, we already got one person in here saying the coffee will be the tipping point.
One
Canada
or
is
two
a
dollars is
master
not a
at
big
taxing
deal.
every possible detail.
$1 or $2 is not a big deal when you factor in how many cups of coffee you get out of a pound. It's 42 cups of coffee. If you divide that, let's just say $9, and then they're selling it. Let's just say they started selling it for 15 or $14. If divide $14 by 42, that's how much you're paying per cup of coffee. It's really not a lot of money.
You would not believe how obscene the taxes are here. Yeah, in Canada, I can imagine.
I'm half tempted to crack a beer, but that would require me cleaning a cup out.
Damn, this bro is big chilling. He does not feel like doing that. For
No, because my I
example,
use my beer mug for coffee, so I'd have to clean it.
if I buy a brand new F-150, I have to pay 13% tax. Many states have that in the U.S. too.
You know, fuck it. Yeah, I'll clean this cup out. I'll still talk. I have my earbuds. I have Bluetooth earbuds.
Oh, you're in Alberta, King? You're in Alberta, Canada? That's what part of Canada are you in, King?
Okay, I'll grab a beer.
Well, it's not going to be on every item, the tariffs. And I'll let him talk more about the tariffs.
You guys, a lot of people don't seem to realize. Can you hear me, by the way? Still,
Yeah, I can hear you.
a lot of people don't seem to realize when it comes to the whole tariff situation that these companies are not going to jack up the prices by the same amount the tariffs it's going to be. Because if they did that, they would lose business. So they're only going to jack it up by maybe a dollar, $2. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the full price of the tariffs because most of these and also another thing, a lot of leftists when they talk about this shit, they don't take into account that these companies are purchasing these products for pennies on the dollar and then flipping them for like 100% profit, or even more than 100%. Some of them are like over like 1,000 times it costs to purchase said item is it's being sold on the market.
It's a buyer's tax because you provide the really good service. The government feels like it's worth taxing you because you're good. That's kind of ridiculous. Bye bye. Bye, Emperors. Hope you hit that like, subscribe button. See you around, brother.
Oh, that's good beer. My beer mug holds like a bottle and a half, so I had to
In
like
a
chug the
very
other half of
real
that
way,
bottle.
you should be proud that your service is taxed. But the problem is the only benefit you get the before tax amount. Yeah, no kidding, right?
Ooh,
They will jack it up twice as much as the price goes up for them and blame the tariffs. Well, another thing the leftists refuse to realize is that, you don't need to buy, these fancy, expensive foreign coffees. You don't need to drink coffee at all. When it comes down to it, you can just enjoy American made products and completely avoid tariffs altogether. But we're not going to talk about that. Can you give one
Look at that.
example, Judy, of them jacking up the prices and blaming it on tariffs? I
Hey,
don't.
look
I
at that
don't.
perfect pour and amber color Euro.
Hell
I didn't
yeah.
even foam it. I didn't even foam it.
Yeah, I hate fucking foam, bro. A lot of people say that's their favorite part of the beer. Hell no, that's disgusting to me.
Nah, this is Yingling, bro. I'm a Yingling guy.
Hell yeah. Where's that monster? That monster.
Oh, the alcoholic monster? That shit'll
Yeah.
fuck you up. That shit will fuck you up. All you need is a 12 pack.
How much are they? 10% alcohol?
No, they're less than that, but what's they're you can't even taste the alcohol in them, so you end up pounding them.
Damn.
So it's like an hour later and you're like 10 fucking in and you're just drunk off your ass.
That is freaking terrifying. Being chased around with an H needle. The needle itself is not dangerous. It's what's inside the syringe that kills you. Well, yeah, Walmart is known to fuck over their customers because of the tariffs. They
Judy,
literally
that's
were
the
on
point,
TV
is
about
that
it.
they're trying to blame Trump for this, but they should blame the companies for corporate greed.
Yeah,
Because you have these.
Walmart's literally one of the biggest companies in the country that's fucking over their customers right now because they don't like Trump and they have someone to blame easily.
You know what's surprisingly good coffee, even though I don't buy it because I roast my own now? Um, Starbucks makes Verona. It's really good coffee. That's like a slight dark chocolate undertaste. I can do that now with my own roaster because I know how to roast the Arabica beans to get that flavor. But like back when I didn't, it was nice. I like the like chocolatey taste in certain Arabica roasts.
Trump is the vehicle. The vehicle for hate and lies and blame. The Discord is the link in my bio. You just got to click on my username and you'll see the links and you'll see Discord. And then you just click Discord and you can join in, King. Love to talk to you on there. Don's is on there. He's the manager, the moderator, whatever you want to call him. He's the boss, bitch.
I built that motherfucker. I am the Elden Ring boss of that Discord.
I hope to see Kings in that Discord. And I hope to see Judy in there too.
Ooh.
And Bitter Harvest, I hope to see you there too. Lunchbox, you're already in the Discord, but you're not too active. You just message me sometimes, which is cool. I appreciate it.
I missed Yingling. I haven't had it in like months.
Do you serve beer at your restaurant?
I have my liquor license, yeah. So, but
Nice.
I do a lot of different cocktails and stuff that I made myself. Like I have one that it's a coffee based one. So I don't know if anybody's had like a cold like nitro cold brew like espresso before.
I don't think so, but I've heard of it before.
So it's an alcoholic drink made with that and Bailey's. It's really fucking good.
Nice. Sounds really good, yeah.
But it's not flavored Bailey's. I flavor the Bailey's myself. I mix in like a couple different coffee syrups and flavor it myself.
That's awesome.
It's just standard Bailey's.
I don't know if the
Basically, it ends
stream
up.
is lagging behind because this guy, King, is like talking about stuff I talked about like 5 or 10 minutes ago. But either way, it's okay. What's your favorite personal cocktail?
Mine
Yeah.
that I make for myself. It's called an autumn old fashioned. It is well. I'm a huge bourbon drinker, so I don't know if anybody here has ever had Four Roses bourbon. It's really good. Um, so it's Four Roses single batch bourbon, um, or small batch. Just depends on what's available. Sometimes they sell out of one or the other. Um, and then it's a little bit of maple syrup, 2 Fireball pieces of candy, a little bit of raspberry ginger iced tea, and some bitters.
Damn, that sounds really good.
It basically tastes like autumn. It is like the
I
most like
like
autumn
bourbon
slash
too, but
winter.
I wouldn't say I'm a connoisseur. But I think I heard of the Four Roses before. I mean, I was at like some bar like the other week, and
Yeah.
I ordered a bourbon, and I think it was called Four Roses. But there's like a regular Four Roses, isn't there? And then there's a special
There's
batch. What is it called?
there was 4 different kinds of Four Roses. So you have your standard Four Roses, you have single batch, you have small
Yeah, I
batch,
had the
and then you have
standard
Four
one.
Roses super premium. I've
I saw
Four
the
Roses.
single batch, but I didn't get
Yeah,
that one. Next time I'll try
yeah.
it. I just got the regular one.
Super premium is very difficult to get because it's only made in Japan. It's expensive. It's like it gets as high as like $200 a bottle here in the U.S. I can buy it, no issue, but like it's sourcing it is the issue, right? Because like it's hard to find it stocked somewhere. But if you go to Japan, it's fucking everywhere. And the super premium is probably the best one they make. All the other ones are good, but super premium is one of those things that like you have to try it at least once in your life.
$15 Canadian for 1 pound in Toronto. That's about 10 USD. For 1 pound of what? Coffee beans?
Coffee beans?
Brandy moonshine. I'll be honest, I like moonshine, but I'm not going to say it's my favorite thing to drink.
Is it raw or roasted, King?
Kamikazes are good, but I don't know. I don't really, they're not really my drink of choice in any way or
You know
fashion.
what's a good drink for if they're doing a deal at it at a bar, and I will drink it any day because it's actually pretty fucking good. Um, anybody here ever? I know it's generally a chick's drink, but it's actually good. Anybody here ever have a Jolly Rancher?
I don't think
It
so, no.
tastes like a Jolly Rancher candy. It's a little sour. It's pretty fucking good.
Oh, that sounds fucking amazing.
It's really
No,
good.
one of my favorite cocktails, something just simple, maybe like a whiskey sour. I like whiskey, I like bourbon. Whiskey
If you
sour
like
is really
whiskey
fucking good.
sours, hear me out. Make make a meringue. So you make your whiskey sour, right? And you put a little bit of meringue on top.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
I have made a whiskey sour and I mixed in and so I mixed in lemon meringue pie filling. Um and I put a little bit of like the pie crust around like the edge of the glass and then I put a little bit of meringue on top of it. And it was so fucking good.
Yeah, that sounds really amazing. My sister was born in Connecticut. Ironic, I was born in Vermont. So, do you have dual citizenship? A lot of Canadians have dual citizenship.
Bitter Harvest, it's not ruining a whiskey sour because you go for a whiskey that's got like a slight like tart taste to it. And you need to find a whiskey specifically with that tart taste to make that drink. It's an actual cocktail. You could do it in shot form too. It's called a lemon meringue shot. It's an actual thing. It's really good though.
My sister lives in Minnesota and I wanted to visit her, but my other
Yeah.
brother told me that I could get arrested at the border because I have a US birth certificate and a Canadian passport. Why would that be a problem? I don't even understand that.
I actually might get a slight buzz if I continue to fucking pound down these beers because I already have like one on set because I just pounded 2 down basically.
This guy is crying about how you kicked him from the Discord. I have no clue who he is.
Who is it? Probably someone who did something they shouldn't have done. It's probably the dude who insulted my fiance, insulted my father, and insulted fucking me for wanting to marry my fiance.
Probably. His name's Jay's Life.
Because there was a dude
I
that
would
just
love
did
to
that
visit
yesterday.
Toronto. I would love to visit Toronto.
Legitimately insulted my father, my fiance, and me, and was like, like I don't give a fuck. It's like, bro, you're a douchebag. Like, come on.
They're fucking assholes, bro. I honestly feel bad that my channel attracts so many
A
assholes
fucking
hating on you.
24-year-old trying to tell me fucking marriage is a bad decision. It's not a bad decision if you find a decent
Oh
one.
yeah, I saw that guy.
Yeah, I fucking booted him because he fucking and basically he's insulted my fiance. He insulted my father, saying I must have grew up in a household with a father who was a simp. Like, bro, my parents have been together for fucking years. Not all marriage is a failure.
So you kick me and cry about it. I mean, bro, you're the one that joined the Discord and start. I mean, you're the one that joined the stream just now and started crying about it. Yeah,
You're literally
Dons is
crying
drinking a
about
beer.
getting
Yeah.
booted for insulting someone's significant other and their fucking father, bro. And my father is a veteran. Yes, I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
Hell
My
yeah, get
father was
yourself
not a
a
simp.
beer.
I am getting myself a beer. I'm getting myself fucking. I'm finishing off this case of Yingling.
King is also getting himself a beer.
Dude, I am in such a beer mood today, and I don't know what. Oh, that is like the perfect foam on top. What the fuck? It's not too much.
What part of Toronto are you in, King? I'm curious.
Ah, beer. There we go.
Jay was absolutely acting like a low value man if he was insulting Dons like that.
On God, bro.
That's what Bitter Harvest asked. He says, "Jay, you're acting like a low value man?" Question mark. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm engaged. I own my own business. Like, I have all the respect in the world for my father because he was a veteran. He's done a lot of things in his life. He owned his own business. I have like so much fucking respect for my dad. For someone to sit in a Discord and say my father was a simp because he had a long-standing fucking marriage and that I'm fucking stupid when you're 24, by the way. I'm 29 years old. I was a volunteer firefighter and paramedic for 10 years. I have 3 college degrees. I worked for Amazon a little bit in the corporate setting before I started my own business. I have experienced a
Can you
life more
believe
than
this
you
fucking
have.
guy?
Like,
Can you believe this fucking guy right now? He said, "I didn't mean for it to go that far, dude. Hats off to your father." Well, you should have thought about that, bitch, before you started insulting him.
on God, calling my father a simp is like, bro, come on. Dude, chocolate notes are amazing in coffee. That is like the best coffee ever. Like,
Yes, King, please join the Discord. I want to talk to you one on one. You seem like a cool guy.
I guarantee you, by the way, I'll be making steak later and that asparagus again, without the shrimp this time. But did you see what I did with the fucking asparagus? Where the baby asparagus, I basically made it had a noodle like consistency and put shrimp in there
Oh,
and a
hell yeah,
butter
that was
Asiago sauce.
amazing.
Oh, bro, dude, it is so fucking good. I'm gonna add it on. I'm gonna add it onto the menu at the restaurant. Legitimately.
Damn, hell yeah. Damn, he's fucking jealous of your marriage. Why would you hate on another man for having a woman? That's,
I said
bro,
I'm
talk about
going to get.
simping.
I was never big headed. I said I'm going to be getting married soon. I'm engaged, and I stated that my fiance is an amazing person. And then you automatically started fucking saying, "Oh well, you're going to be together, and then she's going to eventually leave you, and all this shit." Bro, you're 24 years old. You are still wet behind the ears. You are a fucking fetus, and you're trying to tell me what life's like.
It's Miller time. We got at least 3 or 4 people in here
Yo,
talking
bitter,
about their
and I can say I'm
marriages.
inclusive because my fiance is bisexual. I am inclusive. On God, bro. If you like, I do agree that the dating climate for younger people right now is sour, and finding a woman who's going to be faithful is very difficult. But they do fucking exist. And to sit down
It's
and tell
okay.
someone who's
Jay's
been
an
in a
incel,
relationship for
bro.
5 years, bro, for 5 years, and it's been fine, that they're fucking stupid for getting married is ridiculous. We
Jay,
live together,
genuine question. When was the last time you took a woman out, Jay? Genuine
bro.
question. When was the last
No,
time you been on
Jay
a date?
stated in the Discord that his sex game is dog shit and that he hasn't been in a relationship in a while. He is an incel.
God fucking damn.
Bitter, it's a little with younger girls. It's a little bad. Like you have we have toxic feminism that's kind of corrupting like the youth in women now, where they think that like, oh well, I'm gonna get in a relationship with a man and he's gonna do everything for me and pay all the bills, but I don't have to do shit. And that's like one of the biggest issues when it comes to relationships now. Like men see this shit and they're just like, no. And another thing, like for some reason, people are trying to convince women that in a relationship you are not required to have sexual intimacy with your the feminazis. You're not required to have sexual intimacy with your partner, and that's a big thing in a relationship. Having sexual intimacy in a partner is what connects you to. That brings you guys on a different level, right, of understanding each other. And some people like, and it's a lot of men are very physical lovers, right? Like where they need to have that intimacy to feel attached to another person. And when you don't have that in a relationship, if you're a woman and you're not like providing that to a man in a relationship, it's not healthy, right? And then if the man cheats at that point because he's not getting that level of intimacy in a relationship, you can't blame him for it. Yeah, it's fucked up. Do I think it's wrong? Yeah, but I also can't hold it against them if they're not being provided that level of intimacy in a relationship.
Why are you a Trumper? Why not? The majority of America voted for Trump. Isn't it kind of embarrassing that your candidate lost 7 swing states?
In some circumstances, it has nothing to do with why. And yeah, that's an issue, by the way. Harvest is in a situation where she's not wanting to, right? But what happens with this whole fucking like feminazi bullshit is that they teach women, well, you sleep with the guy until you get married, and the moment you're married, you know what I mean? You don't have to do that anymore. You already got the bag. He'll do it because it's cheap. At that point, it's cheaper to keep her than to leave her, right? Which is why, I will say this, and I know some people will be offended. Always get a prenup. If you're
Hell
going to
yeah.
get married, if you own any kind of monetary property, if you own a business, so on and so forth, get a prenup.
Hell yeah. Get a prenup. Trump had prenups.
Because in any situation, you might sit here and think, oh, well, she would never do that to me. Or, oh, this will never do it. This will never happen. But there are women out there that your girlfriend, fiance, wife could be friends with that could possibly manipulate her into, thinking she's not happy and then leaving you. And then you lose half your shit. It's not a fucked up view, better because and wait here, let me delve further into the topic. In this
Why should you
situation,
give half of your shit to a woman that didn't do half of the work? That's my question.
honestly, but no, in this situation where you sign a prenup, right, you should set up a situation where if she was to leave you, right, you have an account set up with enough financial wealth to help her out for a few years so she can get stable. Which is what I'm doing with my fiance. I'm putting money away and I'm setting it aside because in the event we do separate, let's just say it happens. I don't think it'll happen, but I'd like to prepare for that. So if we do separate, she is capable of getting an apartment and, you know, getting set up, furnishing it, doing whatever she needs to do for the first like year or two till she finds a job that can support her. Because at the end of the day, I love her. And even if we separate, I don't want her to fucking suffer. And that's the situation you should take, right? If you are capable of doing it, get a prenup, set aside money in an account that she will have in the process, in the event of a divorce, that will help her out.
Hell yeah. I
Because
agree.
yeah, like I don't want to give up my house. I don't want to give up like my business, any of that shit. But I don't want, you know, and bitter. In a lot of the occasions where they stop being intimate, it's usually because she's talking to someone on the side. I will say like 80% of the time.
I
At
agree
that
with you
point,
100% on that.
at that, I'm saying there's a 20% that it's something else, but 80% of the time she's usually on a dating app of some sort, and she's, doing something she shouldn't be doing. And at that point, if you cheat as a man, yeah, it's wrong. You shouldn't do it. It's fucked up. But like, I also can't hate that person for it. Bitter, I'm aware you're female, and that's why you see it from the point perspective that you're seeing it. Like if you get married to a man, right, and you're not being intimate because you don't feel like it, right, and you think, oh well, I can still cuddle him, I can spend time, we can watch movies together, and that'll be okay. I don't need to sleep with him. You're not meeting your duties as a wife.
Martin Johnson. I somewhat agree being single is good, but where being single is not good is if you're not, taking multiple women out on dates frequently. If you're being single and you're not, enjoying women's company, then no, it's not good to be single, Martin Johnson. But do
And
whatever
I
you want
also
in your
will
younger
say,
years. But when you get closer to your 30s, or if you already are in your 30s, a lot of people want to get married or be engaged and things like this and such.
and in the event of, let's just say, you're not in the, like I said, like you're in a relationship, it's part of your job, it's part of your duties to, be sexually intimate with your partner because it brings you closer together on another level. I'm not saying a man should force a woman. That's fucked up. If she says no, it's no. But if she's not providing that aspect of a relationship, if your man leaves you and or cheats on you and sleeps with another woman, it is nothing but your fault at that point. You are not providing the needs for your partner. Yes, Crimson, part of keeping a healthy marriage is having sexual intimacy in a relationship. And there will be times where you are not in the mood for it, where you would still provide it for your partner because they need it. Just like if my fiance came to me right now and was like, "Hey, um, I wanna have, I wanna make love with you," right? Even if I wasn't in the mood for it, I would do it. I would do it because I love her. Even though I'm not in the mood for it and I don't want to right now, I would still do it because I love her and I want her to be happy. And the issue is nowadays people have this disconnect where it's like, well, I'm not in the mood for it, so I'm not going to do it. But that's selfish, right? Because I will tell you myself, I'm in a relationship with my fiance. I would gladly, if she came to me right now and said, "Hey, I want to have intercourse," I would fucking do it, even if I'm not in the mood, because I want her to be happy. I understand that the reason why she's coming to me is something's going on where she wants to feel that connection. And I'm going to provide it whether I want to or not, because it's part of my duties in a relationship to provide her that connection. And it's the same way on the other end of the stick. If you're a woman and a man comes to you and he's like, "Babe, I really just want to make love to you. I want to share that level of affection. I want to feel connected." He's not, and there's another thing, and this is where the disconnect comes from, right? Spider, if you're telling me to work on myself, I hope you know I'm 6'5" and I only weigh 285 pounds. I'm really not that bad off.
He's a
Um,
fucking annoying troll. He comments on all my videos, so I just removed him. I'm 17 years in my second
yes.
marriage, so he has merit. I know from experience. Awesome,
Yeah, and
Lunchbox. Hope you're happy.
it's important. It's important to have that foundation in a relationship. And I understand not being in the mood for it, but if it's, months go on and you're just, I'm not in the mood, I have a headache, I don't feel like it, whether you're a man or a fucking woman, if your partner is coming to you and asking for that level of intimacy, even if you don't want to do it, it's part of your duties in a relationship to do that because you want your partner to be happy. If you think that just because I don't want to do it, I shouldn't have to do it, that's selfish. There are certain sacrifices you make in a marriage or a long-term relationship. Like if my fiance came to me right now, said I'm in the mood, like I would like to make, I want to make love, right? And I'm not in the mood for it. My back hurts. Let's just say something happened at work where I'm in physical pain. I would still fucking do it. Me, I'm 29.
Crimson, how old are you? I'm curious. You're always joining in on the live streams.
Lunchbox.
Um,
Hey, at least you have a scheduled day, bro. Some people don't have that. Bitter in many circumstances, it's because of brainwashing.
and it's also like he said, because a lot of the times the women get on these dating apps and they're talking to someone on the side.
And I would argue 80% of the time, if your partner is consistently denying intimacy, it's because she's into someone else.
Hey, can you send me a friend request on Discord? Sure, I can. Drop me your Discord name. But also, you can just join the Discord by link in the bio of my YouTube. Click Euro and Travel. Go to, links. You'll see Discord. It's like right there. But if you just drop me your name, sure, I'll send you a friend request.
One-eyed moon, yes, I know a lot about because I've been in a 5-year relationship. There are plenty of times I am not in the mood to do anything and I still do it because it's important for my partner. And sometimes people lose their sex drive at particular ages because of just chemistry and, you know, different hormone changes, and it can happen. But if your partner still has that, you still need to provide that to them. You don't have to provide it all the time. No, it's not. And it's not the man's fault. And that's where like the whole issue comes from, right? And there's circumstances to prove this. Okay, I'll show a perfect example. If you're doing everything right, you're providing everything she needs, you're taking care of her. She has a roof on her head, food in her stomach, all that stuff. You're providing her affection. You're supporting her whenever she needs it emotionally. And this is what happens, and this is one of the leading issues currently. No, not you think, not you think you are. Okay, in many cases, these men are because society teaches women to have unrealistic expectations of men, and that's what leading to women being like this. Because in a relationship, right? I'll word it this way: I'm a business owner. If my fiance comes to me and is like, "Hey, I need you home right now," and I have a situation at work, she understands that I can't just drop what I'm doing at work and come home. Now, I will do my best to figure that situation out so I can get out of work early and come home to take care of her. But she knows if I'm dealing with the situation at work, making sure there is food on the table is top priority. Making sure bills are paid is top priority. And in a lot of situations, women don't understand this.
Hopefully I can find your username by that on the Discord, but if I can't find you or if I don't message you tonight, make sure that you just go on my
No, people make
profile and
mistakes. No
join the
one is
Discord.
perfect, and I 100% agree. But the issue is that society makes this unrealistic expectation of men. And one of the leading cause of this is the fucking feminism movement. Honestly, legitimately. Oh well, men should provide for you. A man should do all this. A man should do all this stuff, but you shouldn't have to provide anything in return.
Crimson, my question is, do you run your own business? Because when you work for someone else, it's completely different situation. When you run your own business, if you immediately drop what you're doing every single time your woman says something or complains, you'll never have a successful business. It's impossible. Because every single time she'll say, "Oh, come home," you'll say, "I have something really, really, really important to do." And if you drop it every single time she
Bitter,
needs you
bitter
immediately,
men did not make those expectations of themselves. Women did.
well, Crimson, your top priority should be putting food on the plate, unless you already have a level of financial freedom where you don't need to work again or make any more money again.
At the end of the day, okay, here's my stance on this. Having the bills paid and taking care of food and all this other stuff and making sure we live comfortably is just as important as my relationship, and my fiance understands that.
And of course, you know if you run your own business, you can possibly like you said before, you'll try to get home as soon as you can, but sometimes you can't get home right away. So you have to do what you have to do for the business. I mean, all women are different.
Some circumstances in a relationship, there will be events where a woman says she needs you and it's not actually something she needs you for, or it's something that can be put aside for an hour or two.
I
It
mean,
happens all the
Crimson.
time.
Obviously, if she says something like, "Oh, I think someone's breaking in the house," yeah, I would be there in 2 seconds and I would end them. But other than that,
If she tells me someone's breaking in the house, I have a medical emergency, something's wrong with the home, stuff that's actually important,
I have no,
is the
yeah.
situation going on or not, I don't give a fuck. I will delegate it. I will go home and see what's going on with her, and I will text my manager and be like, "Hey, yo, this is how you handle this situation. I need you to handle it. Something, an emergency came up."
There are
But if she
certain
comes to me
circumstances, yes.
now, if she's like, "Oh, I need you home," and then I ask, "Hey, what's going on? Can you tell me?" And she refused to tell me why. That's different.
King says congratulations to you and your fiance.
Yeah, and it's completely different. Like if she texts me, she's like, "Hey, I need you home. I fell down the stairs and I broke my leg." Bro, I'm literally going to break the law getting home.
Of course, who wouldn't?
I'm gonna go fucking 180 miles an hour down the fucking road to make sure I get home. If it's like, hey, I got into an argument with my friend. I'm a little upset. Can I talk to you right now? I just need to vent. Do you need me to be home for this, or can I call you on the phone? Can we video chat while I sit in my office and do what I need to do? Like, I can step away and call with you for a bit. I can do that, but I can't leave work right now. But you have women out there that actually think, oh, well, I'm upset because of a situation that happened with my friend and I'm emotionally unstable right now. You need to come home right now. I can't fucking do that because I don't just have an obligation to her, I have an obligation to my employees.
That's hilarious, Lunchbox. That is absolutely hilarious. If my wife told me there was something outside trying to break in, I would feel sorry for them and hope that they know Jesus Christ because they're getting ready to meet him.
Dude, okay, no, 100%. Because my fiance is like that. First of all, I have a World War II trench shotgun, and that's what she likes to carry. It has a bayonet on the end of it, and
That's
expanding
sick.
slugs. And expanding slugs.
Damn,
Anybody
that's
that
sick.
breaks into my house is cooked. My fiance will fuck them up, and she knows how to use it too. It's actually scary.
Damn. That's fucking wild.
It's actually scary. Like, I feel bad for them.
I feel bad for them as well.
like, like, there's a level of just don't like. I'll put you down, but I won't put you down like that. Like, that's a little brutal.
Damn.
And that's the same reason why I take the word need very seriously also, Crimson. If I'm told I need you home right now, and I'm not given an explanation because I expect thorough communication in a relationship. If I needed her, right? If I was like, hey, I need you right now, she knows it's important. It's the same way on both sides.
Yeah, I think he's drinking a beer or something. We can't see your camera, but it's okay.
I was finishing this beer. I'm also going to
Yeah,
grab a cigarette real
I
fast, so I
figured
may
so.
not be on camera for a second. You guys seem to forget that I'm listing examples of situations that haven't happened. I've never been in these situations, but I know a lot of people who have. And if I was in those situations, I would specifically prioritize whatever is more important at the time. And yes, my employees are important to me. If there is a situation going on where my employees need me and they can't handle the situation by themselves, and my fiance tells me, hey, I need you home, and it's for like I'm emotionally upset, I'm going to tell her she's going to have to wait a bit because my employees are important to me. Just like if my fiance told me, hey, I need you home right now, I'm upset, I got into an argument with something, and I'm over here dealing with the situation with my mother, I'm going to finish handling this situation with my mother before I go to my fiance because my parents are just as important. My employees bust their ass and work for me and show me all the respect in the world. They're like my extended family. Yes, I'm going to be there for them. They're just as important to me as anyone else. Maybe you don't have that standpoint, but to me, I like to not be selfish. And if someone needs me, like if my employees are currently in need of me, I'm not going to prioritize another individual over them unless it's an emergency situation.
So is
That does
Trump
not
on
make
those
me an asshole.
files?
There's no fucking way he is, but we're not going to delve into that one.
What do you want to hear, King? You're the only other person I call King other than Donald Trump.
Yeah, he just calls me Elden Ring boss.
Yeah, I just call
I'm the
him
last
Elder Ring
person in the
Boss.
Discord you want to piss off.
Make a new role, Elder Ring Boss.
I am the Discord's resident DJ.
Yeah.
I am also the last person in the Discord you want to piss the fuck off. Because I can and will boot you. And I was told explicitly by Euro, if someone is doing something fucked up enough to piss me off, I have the right to get them the fuck out. So,
Yeah, they're fucking assholes in there. Hell yeah. I don't give a fuck what you do in the Discord. You can talk about literally anything you want, but when it comes to being an asshole, that's the only fucking thing I say not to do. You can literally do anything you fucking want. There's only
and
one
I do my
rule.
best to enforce both sides of it. If I see someone who's pro Trump doing it, I try to tell them to stop. If I see someone who's not pro Trump doing it, I try to tell them to
But the
stop. I
crazy
don't
thing
catch
is, we've
everything.
had so many people in the Discord, but not one single pro-Trumper was an asshole ever. Not even to liberals, really. I mean, they were
No
a
one
little
was
bit,
so.
but nothing
Yeah.
crazy, nothing like stepping above the
Yeah, I've
line.
never seen someone openly just randomly call someone a fucking racist and a Nazi for no fucking reason, with no fucking base to calling them that.
Yeah,
But I've seen
literally.
plenty of fucking leftists do it in the Discord, and it's actually concerning.
Someone can be black, Jewish, and fucking, all these things. They'll say you're a Nazi and you're a racist.
Bro, I have seen more racist comments come out of leftist people in the Discord's mouths than fucking people who are pro-Trump. I have legitimately yesterday seen someone sit in chat and quite literally say that all Trump supporters are Southern fucking white or fucking racist white Southerners, and that's racist.
Yeah, that is fucking racist.
That's legitimately racist.
Tell a story about your town slash city slash state. Like, what's going on there? How did you guys hear about the attempted murder of an 8-year-old girl? They caught a 17-year-old teenager. I didn't hear about that situation, but are you just giving examples? I'll let Don start off that. Talk about a story from your town, city slash state. Like, what's going on there right now? Tell us about it.
Well, a couple weeks ago, we had a local cafe sell a rainbow-colored baguette.
For Gay Pride Month, yeah.
Yes, we quite literally, it's quite literally called the baguette, and we
That's
didn't
fucking
call it that. They
crazy.
did.
That's fucking crazy. I saw that. You sent it in the Discord. I remember that.
It's funny as shit. And then they also sold fucking gay pride based Italian sodas, and I wanted to burn the business down. But we're not going to delve into that.
What the fuck is a Gay Pride soda?
They were just naming like different flavor Italian sodas as like fucking like different genders and like fucking
Oh,
sexual
that's fucking
preferences.
weird. You know
And
what?
as someone who's 50% fucking Sicilian, I wanted to fight someone.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. You know something weird though? I mean, I'm surprised Coca-Cola doesn't come out with like branding that's fucking rainbow flag on the side of it for Gay Pride
Hear
Month.
me out. You know how Coca-Cola has the soda that has like different names on it? They just need to come out with one that has different fucking pronouns. Be kind of funny.
Oh fuck, bro. Don't give them any ideas. I feel like they definitely would do that kind of shit. They would put
Dude,
different
I would
pronouns
buy
on
a
it.
case of it just for the humor. I would buy a case of it just for the humor. I would have like Zazim, Zer, like all the random shit just for the funny fucking hee hee ha ha moments.
I have a lot of respect for your president, but unfortunately not much use for him. I think he's eventually going to make a deal with other trading nations. We need the oranges from Florida. Yeah, I'm from Florida originally. And if you want me to give
Jay,
you
I'm
some
gonna be honest. If your outlook on marriage is the way you just stated it was, I don't think I would hire you.
who?
Fucking the dude who was just like, give me a job. I'm a fetus looking for work experience. I would not hire you.
I didn't even see that in there, but that sounds pretty
Because you,
accurate.
I guarantee you, you have a very fucking bad work ethic because you're over here sitting looking at fucking marriage so negatively. You probably have a very negative opinion of working. So you're probably not going to put out the level of work required for your paycheck. So I wouldn't hire you.
Sorry,
Plus
man.
also, plus also with opinions like that, if you said shit like that in front of customers, I would legitimately fire you. Like, bro, ain't no fucking way. I would fire anyone for anything in that position. Like if you try, here's my stance in business, okay? What you have political opinion wise in your spare time is completely fine. What you post on social media, completely fine as long as you have your account private so only, friends and family can see it. But the moment shit becomes public and it negatively reflects on my business, I'm firing you.
Alligator Alcatraz, Florida. One of the recent things I'm proud of Florida for doing.
I own a restaurant. Yes, any political views, whether pro Trump or anti Trump, will get you fired. You keep that shit private.
What if they start talking about how they're big 2A advocates? You're not firing them then. Come
I'm not
on.
going to fire someone for being pro-gun. That's not a political opinion. That's just a Second Amendment right. And anybody who tries to turn that into a political opinion is fucking. Oh, don't get me started. Like, it's one thing to sit out here and be like, oh, well, fucking all libtards are fucking stupid and da 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 da, and everyone on social media can see it and knows you work for me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fire you because that'll make me lose customers. But like, if you're
What would
talking
you
about like
do if like
2A shit,
someone came in and they were like wearing like a Tim Walsh t-shirt and like Harris merchandise and shit, and they were like like rambling about fucking nonsense, how we need to get rid of the Second Amendment, and then one of your employees, like after they left, no one was in the restaurant. They're like, "What a fucking libtard." Am I right?
I would I would crack the fuck up, like legitimately. Now, if they did that in front of said customer, we would have to have a talk. But pretty much, King. That's pretty much what I'm saying. I'll just be nice about it. I'm trying to be nice.
Can you talk about due process? Yeah, sure. Barack Obama, he did not give due process. He deported the most illegal immigrants in presidential history. 3 million illegal immigrants he
It
deported.
depends on what level of psychosis, King.
80% of the illegals that Obama deported did not get an immigration hearing or any kind of conversation with a judge or a lawyer. They were just kicked the fuck out of the country. And no one talks about how Obama did that. No one was protesting, no one was crying, saying, Dictator Obama. No one gave a fuck. And when I bring this fact up, people love to say, like, act like I'm just tearing shit out of my
No,
asshole.
one
Bro,
hundred
you can
percent. That's
Google
why that shit's
this.
banned. You can't. No, you cannot talk about due process. Also, I'm gonna delve my mindset on this subject. If you come into the country illegally, you already violated due process upon coming into the country. You do not deserve due process upon being kicked the fuck out of the country. And anybody who thinks that they deserve to be treated with due process upon violating it is fucked.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. What the fuck is
I'm
wrong
a
with these
strong
people?
believer in whatever you do, karma should come back and deal the same cards to you. If I was to go out and murder someone, I should probably get murdered. like,
I mean, it happens to a lot of your favorite drill rappers.
like it's just one of those things you should not do. You come into the country, you hop the border, you come in here illegally, and then you expect to be given a court hearing upon being kicked the fuck out. Yeah, someone can talk about gun ownership. They can be like, hey, I just bought this new rifle, or hey, this. That's perfectly fine. And if
Why
someone
am
gets
I
offended
talking
by
about
it, that's their
Obama?
own fucking problem.
I'm talking about Obama because you mentioned due process and everyone forgets that fun fact.
If one of my employees is chatting with me and a customer happens to overhear it, hey, I just bought this new rifle. It's pretty cool. You should come over and see it sometime. And a customer gets offended, get fucked.
That would be
No,
fucking
legitimately,
funny.
just get fucked. That's like I've had a customer come in, the same people who own this cafe. They came in and they bitched about how most of my employees are male. Most of my employees are not male because of the fact that I just prefer male employees. Most of my employees are male because most of the people who came in and applied to work for me who are competent happen to be men. I have two female waitresses. They're very hard workers. I have all the respect in the world for them. But they were the only two women who applied that were competent enough to get those positions when I was looking for employees.
We're pretty calm. I don't know what you're saying about calm down. We're pretty chill.
Harvest, I'm just look at it this way, okay? If you come into the country illegally, you're violating due process. You're not following due process to get into the country. Why should you be given due process when being removed?
The
Now,
same
it is
guy that
completely different if you come in through a legal process and you apply for citizenship or you apply for a green card, and maybe you make a mistake here and there. Okay? I feel like those people should not be immediately deported. Those people should be given a chance to fix their paperwork.
One Eye Moon. Where are you coming from? And yeah, if you come on a work visa or you and something happens or it expires or you have some issues, yeah, you should be given a chance to fix it. But if you just ignorantly fucking jump over the border, you should be deported immediately. Why the fuck are you jumping over the border?
Treat others as you want to be treated. If you violate our process of immigration, you don't deserve to be given process upon leaving. And for all the people that say, well, how do you prove they didn't follow due process? There are plenty of types of legal documentation that prove you came here legally, whether it's some kind of identification, a green card, papers, so on and so forth. They all exist. If you don't have any of those, then you're an illegal immigrant.
We love the Canadians, brother. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you come illegally, deport.
And process states they should be deported. The fact that the left wasn't deporting them and giving them asylum is fucking insane.
It's fucking mind-boggling that some people say, "Oh, give these people blanket fucking asylums." What's that? I think JFK or some president did that shit. But back then there was only like 1 million illegal immigrants in the country. Now we got like 30 million plus illegal immigrants. We don't know who the fuck these people are, and not to mention when I think it was JFK. Don't quote me though, but when he gave the blanket asylum, he processed them. He made every single one of them give their background checks, do the proper paperwork and the proper processing. He didn't just say, okay, stay in the country. We don't need background checks. We don't need to know who the fuck you are. Like, that's not how it worked.
Yeah, like it's because you have these illegals coming into the country. They could enter illegally and then they apply for asylum after they enter illegally. They surrender to border police and then they apply for asylum. At that point, you enter illegally. You should just immediately be escorted to the other side of the border. You shouldn't even be given the opportunity to apply for asylum. You entered the country illegally. You broke the fucking law. You're out. Now, if you want to come back a couple months later and apply through the legal processes to get into the country for asylum, I'm perfectly fine with it. But if you enter illegally, you should be deported. There's no exceptions.
Thank you, One Eye Moon. We try to make it interesting. We try to have some good conversations. I think if they're proven hardworking citizens and member of the community, doesn't matter if
No,
they're
Steve,
technically
I don't
legal.
agree with that because they broke the law upon entering the country and they need to get their due diligence. You
Brother,
enter the
everyone
country
should be
illegally, you
hardworking.
should be deported.
Everyone should be a member of the community. Hardworking and a member of the community shouldn't be an abnormal thing. That used to be a fucking standard. In the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, being a hard worker and a member of the community was just a fucking norm, bro. Being just because you're hardworking and you're a member of the community, you shouldn't be given special fucking privileges. Everyone should be hardworking and everyone should be a member of the community. What the fuck?
And people also seem to forget that there's systems in place to help people immigrate into the country that make it faster. So if you enter the country or you apply for, let's just say you go to the border, you apply for entry. There are systems in place where you can apply to become a member of the military, and you and your loved ones get citizenship.
Honestly, Trump should take away handouts. Only leave them to disabled Americans. I fucking agree, bro.
Steve, who's going to take their job? People that need work. And if you refuse to work at a specific job because, oh, well, it's too hard of work and I don't like the pay, then you're fucking lazy. And if you end up homeless and unemployed, get fucked. We should not help you. And yes, there are a lot of people out there who are homeless and unemployed, or one or the other, collecting government assistance, who collect it because they're too lazy to actually work.
Steve, the only reason that's a norm in our society is because we give way too many fucking handouts. If people had the choice between me and starving with no food stamps and no Section 8 housing or working, I promise you they're gonna pick working every fucking time. But if they can get that free housing and free food and they don't have to do shit, bro, of course they're gonna fucking do that. A lot of them will.
Yep.
All these other countries, people in Africa, one thing I can respect about Africans a lot of them that are pro Trumpers that come here will tell you this. In Africa, there's no fucking food stamps, bro. Either you earn money and work or you fucking starve.
And I'll speak for my side of things. I don't inherently agree with free healthcare. I agree with affordable healthcare. I think prices on medical insurance should be regulated. Not really medical insurance, but more like the items need to be purchased to treat people. So if an item costs $1 to make, it should only be able to cost up to $20 to purchase. You should not be making, because insulin only costs like $1 to make, by the way. It costs $1 to make, and they're charging hundreds of dollars. That's a problem. So the way it should work is, if it costs $1 to make, you charge $20. Okay, you're making 20 times the amount it costs to produce. That's enough to pay your employees. That's enough to do so on and so forth.
Some
By no
countries
fucking
do only
means.
pay that much, but the thing is, America's getting fucked over. We're paying for all the research and development of this bullshit, or just extra profits.
Well, one of the leading causes why America has such issues with medical costs is because other countries regulate the prices to the point where the companies are actually at a financial loss. So what they do is they then overcharge in America to make up for the loss of income. So what you
Yep.
do is you regulate the cost of medication in America, and now these other countries are now forced to pay more for medication instead of fucking literally leeching off the United States, which is what has been happening for a couple years now.
Yep, 100% correct. We just get fucked over. We need better business deals with these companies and better regulations against these companies.
One of the biggest issues with the United States, and I'll say this, and a lot of people will get offended because they don't agree with it, is unchecked capitalism can be a huge issue, which is why I believe we should tilt more towards a regulated capitalism, where a person cannot, it costs $100 to make, and we're going to charge $1,500 for the item. That should not be possible.
Definitely for like necessities, medication, and stuff like that. But if you want to make an invention or a car or whatever the fuck, you should be able to charge whatever you want. But when it comes to like necessities like medication, healthcare,
I
food,
would even I would even argue cell phone nowadays because they're basically a necessity at this point. I don't understand how they're considered a luxury item.
I can disagree a little bit. I mean, I don't think you need a fucking cell phone. If iPhone wants to
You
charge
do,
$1,000,
because here's what happened in the United States when cell phones were invented and they started getting more and more advanced. They took away payphones, and payphones used to be the middleman. right? And now that payphones no longer exist, cell phones are a necessity in the event of a emergency situation. So cell phones 100%. I don't think it should cost. If it costs $100 to make a cell phone, you should be only be able to charge a max of $600 for the item. If it costs $400, I understand it costing 1,000.
I
And
understand that, but at the same time, you don't need a brand new iPhone 16. You can
oh
buy
no,
a $50 Android, and that should be.
I know. What I'm pointing out is that these $50 Androids cost 50 cents to make, and they're charging $50 for them.
Oh well.
And that's where the issue is. Yes, capitalism to some degree needs to be regulated because what happened with America is capitalism is no longer doing what it's supposed to do, which is encourage the free market. Instead, it's encouraging corporate greed.
Bro, imagine if I got the Trump phone. That would really piss them off in the chats, wouldn't it?
No, $14 to make an iPhone and $1,600 to buy it is insane. That should be illegal.
Yeah, I can't lie. That is fucking insane. Huawei is banned in the United States.
At the end of the day, and Samsung isn't actually that bad because the average iPhone, I think, after research and development and making the iPhone, it costs like it's something like $120 to make, right? And they're selling it for like $1,600 for the equivalent of what is like a new high end flagship phone, and they're not even flagship. They're 4 years behind Android because they use Samsung parts. They buy 4-year-old fucking Samsung parts and then sell them for top dollar. On the other hand, Samsung, right? The average Samsung phone can cost anywhere from $300 to $600 to make, and they're selling them for like $1,400.
Bruh, you know
That
there's
makes
like
more
Androids
sense.
that are like 3 grand. I've seen some phones that are Android phones. I mean, I don't know what the fuck their names are, but I've seen phones before that are like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 fucking dollars. Like that's fucking mind-boggling to me that there's more expensive phones than a brand new iPhone.
I'll be honest, Bitter Harvest, a lot of people don't talk about this, but for the past like how many years, Iran has been sitting over here and talking about, oh, we should blow up America, we should kill America. When Trump went in and bunker busted those fucking the fucking nuclear development plants, it was for a fucking reason.
Trump 2028 and beyond. I agree, brother. Smash that like and subscribe button.
He did it because they've been sitting here and threatening the United States and have done nothing and literally have constantly done it and no one's done anything about it. Well, Trump's response was, oh, well, I'll fucking drop bombs on you. It depends on where you mean international diplomacy because in some circumstances, sometimes you have to set your foot down. The United States back in the day used to be known as one of the countries you don't fuck with. And then what happened is we became too soft because of the liberal media. The United States is legitimately known for if you sink our boats, we bomb you. We went so far. Japan committed Pearl Harbor, right? Destroyed a bunch of boats, killed people. Okay. The United States then responded by going into all full out war with Japan and eventually nuking them when they were already losing the war. Because that's how fucking sick and tired the United States was done with their bullshit.
I mean,
The
they were
United States is
committing
known for
heinous
that.
crimes too.
Yeah. And the United States is known for that. The issue is that we've become too soft. The United States is way too soft. If someone fucks with us, they need to be put in their place. Steve, I don't think we should be supporting Israel either. I think we should just not be supporting either side and let them obliterate each other, honestly.
I feel that way about every single war that America tries to get involved in. Just let them two obliterate each other. Let the stronger person win. Why the fuck do we gotta get involved?
What about Russia pushing Trump? Russia hasn't done anything to Trump. Russia hasn't achieved shit. They never will. None of us stand with Israel, really. I don't like what they've been doing. They've went too far.
Power failures put cells offline once the batteries run out.
Israel is doing the same thing to Palestine that happened to them during World War II. It's a genocide. They don't care about civilian casualties. They don't care about killing the insurgents. They just want to kill them all.
Well, what do you think about Hamas attacking Israel in October? I mean, I know you can say, oh, 10 years ago, Hamas or Israel attacked Hamas first, this or that. I mean, you can just
Well,
go
I'm
back
going
in
to point out a
history.
tidbit of information that no one talks about. Okay. Israel has been oppressing the Palestinian people for the past 50 years, ever since they, well, even more, I think, ever since they were granted Israel. Because what happens is Israel has control of all the resources in the area, and Palestine needs to go to Israel to get said resources. Well, what Israel does is only give them a certain amount or randomly cut it off, even though they're paying for these resources. Then you have the issue also with Israel, where they have taken the stance where they have quite literally used police brutality on the Palestinian people and Muslims inside the actual city, inside Israel itself. That itself has very big similarities to what happened in Germany during World War II, and also during in the United States during the time when we were segregation with black people. So what's happening is, and what's caused all this to happen, is Israel has crossed the line that they shouldn't. They're now doing shit they shouldn't be doing. At the same time, I don't think Israel should be blown off the face of the earth. I also don't think Palestine and the Middle East should be blown off the face of the earth. I think both sides need to stop fucking fighting each other and reach a middle ground.
Agreed, agreed. What the fuck, a green screen? No. He keeps saying he's gonna stop Putin, but then Putin makes him look like a fool. I don't know about that.
Lunchbox, the Bible does not say the Israel be the last standing nation. That is brainwashing. Yes, there is brainwashing in the Catholic and Christian church, sadly. I wish there wasn't, but perfect example is
What do you mean Trump lying about the attack on the base in Qatar? What lie did he say about it?
there was no lie. There was an attack on the base in Qatar, but they were also warned ahead of time.
And there was no U.S. troops there, so what do you mean he's lying about it? My life is not miserable in any shape or form. Just because you don't like my Trump hat, you can cry some more about it. My life is amazing.
Theoretically, Bitter Harvest, because there were no American troops there, it wasn't really hit. It was a waste of resources. So technically, he's not wrong.
Did the missiles even land? I thought they were counter, or I thought they were stopped.
None of this is AI. I'm just pointing out the fact that, like, at the end of the day, right? And anyone who's saying that Israel, they're the Holy Land thing, that's bullshit. Because originally, I will even bring the Bible into this statement. God specifically stated to Abraham, "You will be the founder of many religions and nations of God's people." Guess what people those are? The Abrahamic religions, aka the Islamics, the Christians, and the Jewish. That means God's people are fighting each other.
I'm a log off in about 4 minutes. So if there's anything else you guys want to say while we're streaming for 4 more minutes, let me know.
Bitter Harvest, blowing up the communication tower doesn't do much. They can easily just rebuild a new one.
How's your feelings on Little Caesars pizza? Haven't had Little Caesars, bro, in so freaking long. I think it's been like at least 5 years. But Little Caesars, when I was a kid, was really freaking good. I can't lie. But maybe just because I was a fucking kid. Also, no, Little Caesars has some fucking good stuff, I guess. Like, they got cheese bread, which is decent.
Tom, I can literally delve into why the Epstein files haven't been released yet. There's been a rise in anti-Semitism in America because of the situation with Israel and Palestine. Epstein literally has a connection to Assad, which is a Israeli. You get the gist. The reason why is because if they actually release the info, there would be an even greater rise in anti-Semitism in America, and there is a high possibility that innocent people would be hurt.
I mean, innocent people already have been hurt.
Yeah, but like it would be a greater degree. Let's be real. It would be
For
way
sure.
worse than it currently is. That's not a fantasy. It's well-known information that Epstein had connections to Mossad. There's also the fact that I want to point this out that the people currently leading Israel are not Jewish. They are not Israelis.
Who are they?
They do not have connections to the original Israeli bloodline. They are Jewish by faith, but not Jewish by descendants, if that makes sense.
What other guy in my chat?
It's a Jewish nation, but not all the people in power are not Israeli. They're Jewish by faith, but not by descendants. They're not part of the original clans, is what I'm saying. The people in power of Jerusalem are not God's people.
What do you call those people? Ashkenazi Jews? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The lands were promised to the actual Jewish people, aka people descended from the original tribes of Judea. The people currently in power, in charge of Jerusalem, are not descendants of the original tribes of Judea. They are people of Jewish faith, but they are not of Jewish descendants. There's a huge difference.
The co-anchor. The co-anchor here. Don's is in the Discord, Steve. If you want to join the Discord, you can gladly join the Discord. It's link in the bio. Just click on my name, go to the links, and you'll see the Discord link. If you want to speak with either of us, we're both there, obviously.
I am well versed in the Bible lunchbox. I am also well versed in the fact that just because you believe a religion doesn't mean you are part of God's people. and that there are people out there who practice Judaism who do not have good intentions.
All people of all religions don't have good intentions. What do you think about Russia and Ukraine? What do you think's gonna happen? I was hoping the war was gonna end this year, but fuck, bro. There's only 6 months left of the year.
Just like there's people who practice Catholicism who do not have good intentions, there are people who practice Islam who do not have good intentions. It's the same case in every religion. You will always have people who have bad intentions. You also have the issue where, by the way, if you read the Bible, you would know this, that the Antichrist, according to the Bible, will come from fucking Israel.
MAGA is not a fucking religion. It's not a cult, bro.
Yes, the end of days, what they depict in the Bible.
Putin. What do you
The
think? Will the
Antichrist would come
Russia-Ukraine
from
war end
Israel.
this year?
Probably not.
Fuck, bro. When the fuck is it gonna end?
And what I'm saying is, Lunchbox, that people currently in charge of Israel are part of that faction. You're watching it play out.
What do you need to know, Harvest? What do you need to know? I'm gonna wrap this up in 2 minutes. So 2-minute warning, guys. What the hell are you talking about? I lost my channel. I wouldn't be live streaming if I lost my channel. I don't know what the fuck he's yapping about. Anything else you
Yes,
guys want to say? I'm gonna hop off the live stream now in 1 minute.
he hasn't really
1 minute
lost much
warning.
control. He just lets me talk whenever I want to.
It's called freedom of speech. He's the moderator in the Discord, the main boss of the Discord. He made
I
that
basically
bitch.
run the Discord. Yes, Lunchbox, I agree. The people currently in charge of Israel do not have good intentions. The Israel people are basically caught in the crossfire. It's actually fucked. That's exactly why I've stated that the whole situation between Palestine and Israel is fucking horrible.
What about Russia and Ukraine, though?
It's also fucking horrible. Both are horrible.
More people are dying in Russia and Ukraine. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily. I might trigger you here, but I don't know if I would necessarily call it a fucking genocide. It's more like a war. I mean, obviously, like these numbers are. Some people will say are bullshit, but there's been around 1,000 to 2,000 Israelis that have died from Hamas or held hostage. Yes, there's been around, it says 60,000, something like that, of Palestinians that died. Some people will say, bro, it's 500,000. Honestly, I don't think it's that fucking high. I would call
I
bullshit.
will say it's definitely a lot higher than 16K. It's bad.
60K.
It's a lot higher than 60K. Not 500,000, but I would definitely say it might. It's there's a high probability it's in the 100,000 range.
Probably. I can believe that. But in the
Because
Russia and
basically what's
Ukraine
going
war, I
on.
think it's over 1 million. And everyone's,
Yeah, but
yeah.
in the Russian-Ukraine war, it's sides all out fighting each other, right? And people are just getting caught in the crossfire. And the situation of like Palestine
Yeah.
versus Israel, Israel is purposely targeting civilian complexes that they
So is
know there are more
Russia.
civilians in.
Russia targeted a hospital with fucking pregnant women in there. What is it called? What do you call those pregnancy hospitals?
There
Basically, it
was
was
also
a
it
hospital
was
with only pregnant women in it, and they blew it up.
well, It was a pregnancy hospital, but they were using it as a mock military hospital to treat injured soldiers. There was quite a few injured soldiers in there, which, by the way, war crime. But we're not going to delve into that one. I do agree with you that Russia has crossed the line, but I
And
will also
also, they
point out the
took
fact.
20% of Ukraine already, and literally over 1 million deaths, probably. Over 1 million, I truly believe. Over 1
Oh
million
yeah,
deaths.
Ukraine was also the first side to commit war crimes. I don't know if you know about when the war first started. Russia was basically following the doctrine of war, and they weren't doing particular things that are technically against the Geneva Convention. And then what happened is Ukraine started using FPV drones to kill medics and down soldiers and take down medical vehicles. And Russia was at that point was basically like, okay, fuck you guys. And that's when you started seeing Russia blow up fucking military hospitals and shit.
God damn.
Like
Fucking
Ukraine bought it upon
savages.
themselves. Yeah, Ukraine bought it upon themselves. I'm not saying that either side is in the right. Both sides are fucked. Like Ukraine committed war crimes first, Russia responded by also committing war crimes. But at the end of the day, Ukraine brought it upon themselves. Do I think both sides are in the right? No. Do I think the war should fucking stop and Ukraine and Russia should just pull the fuck out? Yeah. But I'm also going to point out the fact that the chances are Ukraine is not going to get back all the land they lost. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, there is no way. They might as well just surrender now. All they're doing is just causing more and more deaths by not fucking surrendering.
No, yeah, that's basically what's going on. They refuse to concede to Russia, and we're in such a situation where they can't do anything but concede to Russia.
It doesn't matter if we give them $100 fucking trillion. They're never gonna win. They just don't have enough soldiers. Even if we did send them soldiers from other
Yep.
countries other than America, they're not gonna fucking win. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up here. Hit the Discord if you guys have any questions. Hit the like and subscribe button. Bitter Harvest, Steve, Steve,
Ow.
Nerd Boy, King. Hope to see you all in the Discord. Nice talking with you, Dons. Is there anything else you want to say?
Not really.
All right, brother. Talk to you later. See you in the Discord. Have a
Yep.
good
See you, man.
Sunday evening.
Yep.
Peace out, bro. Bye bye, everybody.